Yeah, that's better.
And their families. Mr. Davis will now present tonight's game ball to the referee. Fans, please join us in recognizing our appreciation for Gerald, Morris, and those who have proudly served our country. Frederick Douglass Football thanks you as we continue our tradition to salute to service.
The following sports broadcast is brought to you by our title sponsor, Greer and Maggard Orthodontics, Dingy Beef Jerky, Bluegrass Orthopedics, Simply Great Soaps, Lexington Diagnostic Center, Crown Trophy, Bluegrass McDonald's, All Sports in the Fayette Mall, Atkinson Sims and Commode PLLC, Whitaker Bank, Alt 32, and by Rafferty's. We now take you to the ball game, live in HD video on PrepSpin.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Frederick Douglass High School tonight. The farm, they call it here, Gary Ball with Coach Mike Meehan, William Warfield producing tonight here on PrepSpin as the 4-1 Frederick Douglass Broncos take on Bryan Station, a team that Coach Meehan used to be a part of the staff there at Bryan Station. And Coach, you got a brand new high school here, great facilities here just off of Man of War Boulevard and Winchester Road there. Star Shoot, I think that is out there, but just off Winchester Road. What are your thoughts here in your first trip here to Frederick Douglass High School?
It was a beautiful facility. It was great coming back here, seeing a brand new school, brand new program, really exciting. Yeah, I spent almost 2 decades, 19 years at Bryan Station as a assistant coach, and I'll tell you what, I loved every second of it.
Bryan Station, I think they'll bring their game tonight. I think this will be a much better game than a lot of people anticipate. We're just about ready for the national anthem here, so we're going to step out, come back with the starting lineups and the kickoff here between Douglass and Bryan Station here on PrepSpin.
Take a little walk with me. I'll keep you in good company and be there for you till the end. You'll never be alone, my friend.
All S, all P, all O, R T, S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall and allsportslex.com, locally owned and operated since 1972.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve. Over 30,000 Kentuckians are saving time and money by doing their banking online with Whitaker Electronic Banking.
341,000 transactions were made on the go last year using the Whitaker Bank mobile app.
Over 340,000 text alerts were sent last year with Whitaker Bank text banking.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
Are you a Kentucky high school sports fan? Do you know where to find the latest news and information on your team, your competition, and high school sports action across the state? Join the fun and excitement at bluegrasspreps.com. You can support your favorite team, test your sports knowledge, and share news and views at bluegrasspreps.com for all the latest on Kentucky high school sports, other sports, and a whole world of lively discussion. Get on board at bluegrasspreps.com.
My tax refund usually helps me out, but this year it was much lower than what it was supposed to be. This isn't enough to get me caught up. What am I supposed to do?
Is this happening to you? We're Atkinson, Sims, and Kermode.
Bankruptcy could be your best solution.
We're here to give you a fresh financial start.
Say no to debt. Get your bankruptcy started for as little as $78 today. The consultation is free in Lexington and now in London.
By the numbers, Whitaker.
Gary Ball, Coach Mike Meehan with William Warfield back here on the PrepSpin.com. Thanks for tuning in tonight. High definition, beautiful facility here at Frederick Douglass High School here in Lexington, Kentucky as Bryan Station comes calling. And, Coach, I had Douglass on my Scholastic Ball Report this week, and I was asking them where most of their guys came from, and they said Bryan Station. So there'll be a lot of guys out there jawing tonight because these two schools know a lot about each other, Bryan Station and Frederick Douglass. The captains are out there for Douglass High School, and they're ready for the coin toss, and then Station will make their way out there. Douglass tonight will be in the orange with the white pants, orange stripe. They kind of look like their colors are kind of like the Miami Hurricanes, aren't they, Coach?
They are, and they're really, really fit beautifully in this atmosphere out here. You're right about these two games. Let me tell you something. These two teams, they don't like each other.
Right.
And the reason they don't like each other is because, like some of the other schools in Fayette County, they share some of these athletes.
Yes, sir.
Were brought over here. Now, let me tell you something, Gary. We did the same thing when I started Dunbar's program in 1990. We took players from Lafayette and from Bryan Station. But see, everybody liked me because we lost every game the first year. And the difference is Frederick Douglass is winning just about every game.
They won. They lost their first game to Danville to start the season. Matter of fact, Darren Douglas called that game over there in Boyle County, I believe it was. They lost that game. They have not lost since. They're a solid football team. They will start this offensive unit tonight. At center will be Lonnie Collins, the 250-pound sophomore. Jalen Lewis at a guard, a senior. Jeff Black, the other guard, a junior. Left side's big Jake O'Buck, sophomore. Right tackle is Dayton LeBlanc. He's 6'2", 260. And Coach LeBlanc is already committed to North Texas to play Division I college football in Texas. How about that young man?
They came a long way to get him. We're going to watch him tonight. We'll keep a good eye on him.
And he plays both sides. He plays some defense as well. So we'll see a lot of LeBlanc tonight for the Frederick Douglass Broncos. Their tight end is Kennedy Cameron, big number 44. The wide receiver that gets a lot of touches for them is Micah Lowe. Look for number 17 tonight. You'll see him on the high definition screen. DeKal Crowdis is a wide receiver. Quarterback will be Montavian Bean, the junior, and the running back you got to look out for is Jefferson Harkless. Harkless is outstanding. Darren Douglas is down on the field with the officials, and let's go down there to Darren Douglas for the coin toss.
I expect you to keep yourselves under control, keep your teams under control. We're just going to play football out here, okay? That is a tails. That is a heads. If I drop it, I will do it again. Call it, please. Heads. The man called heads. It is a head. You can make your choice now or defer to the second half. Receive. You want to receive. Which way do you want to kick it? Over there, please. Bryan Station won the toss. They're going to receive.
So Bryan Station will receive, so their offense will be Braden Ferguson at center, Seth Preston at a guard along with Brandon Vera, Michael Thomas and Brandon Fields are your tackles, Shamar Rich is your one of your wide receivers, along with Terrence Clayton Murphy, Kendrick Curry. Quarterback is Jalen Burbage. And, Coach, your thoughts on Jalen Burbage, the quarterback for Bryan Station, from good lineage?
Yeah, very good lineage. His entire family coached over at Bryan Station, a lot of those boys. And I'll tell you, they're very good athletes. His father is actually coaching here for Bryan Station, too. Jalen's got great feet. He's a really good runner with the football. And I've watched him progress. He's getting really, really good at those short passes, which I thought was his weakness last year.
Chris Jones will be your featured back. Antoine Smith will back him up. Davion Moore will be a wide receiver for Bryan Station. Here come the Broncos as they come out here on their beautiful Douglass High School facility here, the farm they call it here at Douglass. The defense for the Broncos, Obi Taylor up front, nose tackle Michael Fogel, Dayton LeBlanc going to North Texas, who we just talked about, Gabe Hilliard, a linebacker, Ramel Crowley, a linebacker, Shamar Taylor, Frederick Jewett, the outside linebacker. Corners are Dayon Perkins and Jonathan Lott, and the safeties are Jalen Bybee and Damon Christopher. Those are your starters for both football teams. As we said, Coach, Station won the toss, and they decided to take the football, and Ryan Ligeb is your kicker for the Broncos of Frederick Douglass High School, the brand new, our first trip out here. I love this facility, Coach. It's nice.
It really is nice, and it's a beautiful press box, by the way. Really comfortable up here. We've got good seats and ready for a really, really exciting football game.
Back deep for the defenders of Bryan Station, Jalen Burbage is back there. How about that? He's one of the deep men. Also back there will be Chris Jones, and Jones will be the middle guy. As we said, Burbage back there waiting for this kick here coming from the Broncos. Hey, Coach. JT Haskins in the house, one of the coaches here for the Broncos. And as we said, just about set for football. Ryan Ligeb has it teed up, set to kick off. Jones, Burbage back deep. And who else we got? We got a third one back there. That looks like Clayton Murphy to the far side. Jones is in the middle. Burbage is to the near, waiting for this Ligeb kick. Here's Ligeb's kick, and he gets his foot into it. That's going to be Burbage at the 12. Jalen 15-20. Burbage cuts it back middle. He's at the 25 and tripped up at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, that was a pretty good start there running the football, but he really nice tackle, Gary. That was number 35 on the tackle.
Yeah, nice play there. And that is Keith Strozier making that play.
Yeah, nice job. Nice tackle. He might have gotten a lot of yardage on that if that tackle had been
I thought he was going to go a long way myself, Coach. That's a good call. So Bryan Station's Jalen Burbage, the quarterback, he's a junior for the defenders, and he's also the one who returned the kick there up to the 25. He's going to go out of the shotgun. He's got some big fellows behind him there. Christian Benton, big number 41's back there with him as well. And he gives to big Benton around the left side. Benton upended and tackled in the backfield. Nice play over there, turned in. And that was Damon Christopher coming up blitzing from his strong safety spot. Christopher came up and upended the big fella Benton for about a yard loss, 2nd and 11. Nice play there by Christopher.
Yeah, they tried to get a little power around the outside, first of all, right away to see how to test that corner. And they actually did a pretty good job blocking on that side, except for, like you said, strong safety. One of the defensive backs came flying up there to make the tackle.
We'll set the officials for you here in a minute. We do know that Eddie Miller is part of that crew again, one of the back judges. Let's see what Burbage calls here on 2nd down and 11. He's got Benton back there with him. He also has Chris Jones, the junior running back. And now he's going to go with triple receivers to the left and go out underneath center now. Slides right, gives to Jones. He's trying to bounce it outside. Jones with some speed. 30, 35, lowers that shoulder. Good run there by Jones. Chris Jones. Man, Jones lowered that shoulder. And, Coach, he's up near the 1st down at the 35, showing that speed getting to the outside.
Yeah, Jonathan Lott pinned him against the sideline. That's about the best thing you can do for that kind of speed.
Yes, sir.
Is to get another tackler in there. We call the tackler the sideline, the 12th man.
1st down on that 11-yard run by Jones. And he went down to the the quarterback was under center, Burbage, so the lone man back there is Jones again. Wide outs both sides, 1st down, 35. Quick toss to Jones around the left side, trying to get a block, trying to bounce it. He's at the 40, leaps up to the 40-yard line.
Nice job of getting that extra yardage there, trying to get out of bounds. So I think we have a penalty on the play, though. I didn't see the flag.
Yeah, I didn't see the flag. It came in, and, of course, Douglas is going to take the penalty.
Must have been a holding call. It was right there near the sideline.
Jones has been the featured back, though, Coach. He had that nice 11-yard run around the near side. That time he was going to pick up about 5, but the yellow hanky will negate that. And you picked it up, Coach, holding against Bryan Station.
Yeah, on the edge out there. I didn't catch the number, but it was definitely on the corner out there. Now, what we're looking at now is Frederick Douglass is daring Bryan Station to throw the football. They had 8 men actually, between 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. And it looked like an old-fashioned 5-2 defense. Let me double-check that this next time.
So 1st down and 18. The holding penalty takes them back to the 27. They've got to get up to the 45 for a 1st down. Burbage under center again with Jones behind him. Burbage back to pass. And here's another flag. And that's been a problem this year for Bryan Station. That's why the record has been as it has, Coach, because they really have been penalized a lot this year. Referee is Skip Chase. Umpires Paul Dunn. Matthew Satterwhite is your head linesman. Kevin Sanford is the line judge. And Eddie Miller, your back judge. Eddie Miller.
All right, they're in long yardage here. Is this still 1st down?
1st down and 23 now. Back at the 22, they got to get to the 45. I'll tell you what, they've got some threats out there. Terrence Clayton Murphy, who just split out to the near side, is a dangerous threat. You got Jones in the backfield. And Jalen Burbage, obviously, fakes it, rolls to the right, steps up, and Burbage off, and going to be upended. Good defense at the 23. Nice play turned in by Obi Taylor, the big defensive. Obi Taylor. Boy, what a nice play by 56. 6'3", 265-pound senior. Brings up 2nd and long now here in the first quarter. 9 minutes and 56 seconds to go. No score. Opening drive of the football game by Bryan Station.
They are definitely in an odd front. There is a player over the center, and he's holding the center up and sliding down the line of scrimmage. So they're playing run all the way.
Twins out to the near side for Burbage. This time he's going out of the shotgun with Jones to his right, waiting for that snap. Rolls to the left. Sets up, looking, still looking, and he's going to tuck it, and he's going to be upended at the 27-yard line. Nice tackle there.
Yeah, knocked him out of bounds. Number 13 made the tackle. Montavian Bean, the quarterback, made the tackle on that, right? Okay, now they are basically played man-to-man on the outside, what we call cover one or one free. They had the free safety back there playing zone. Everybody else was playing man-to-man. Jalen's got to understand that when it's man-to-man and your receiver's one-on-one, test your receiver.
Yeah, what the problem was, Coach, they got the first down and then they got the holding penalty, so they've been going the wrong way. Now it's 3rd and 18. Long pass down the near side, and it almost a one-handed grab there by Clayton Murphy, who we already talked about. Has got some talent. And back in coverage was Perkins. But Terrence Clayton Murphy, I tell you what, that was not a well-thrown ball by Burbage. If it was, I think Clayton Murphy might have made a play on that.
I think so, too. He threw it about 40 yards in the air. Maybe throw it a little sooner, and we'll see what happens. But that's good. That's good defense. They're putting a lot of pressure on Bryan Station. We can see that right away.
So,
and again, like you say, Gary, the penalties kill them.
Yeah, big Christian Benton is the punter, and Thomas back deep. Here's the punt. He's going to call a fair catch back at the 43-yard line. Fair catch, and that's where Douglas will have it. And we already gave you their offensive unit. Let's look at Bryan Station. Brandon Fields is up front on defense, along with big Christian Benton and Davion Moore. Linebackers are Chris McKinley, Brandon Hutsell, Anthony Cox, Chris Jones, Deshaun Starks, Bryson Fields, William Mitchell, and Kendrick Curry are in the secondary for Station. Coach, penalties killed Bryan Station. They got that nice first down run by Jones, and then they went back 15 yards, 10-yard holding, then 5 yards offsides.
Don't want to get behind the chains, and that's where they put them. Our first look at Frederick Douglass offense.
And we'll get a flag down on them as Bean was going to shovel it to the second man through there. That was DeKale Crotis, and penalty flag down before they flipped it to him. That was going to be a jet sweep, wasn't it, Coach?
It was, and they had basically a procedure penalty. Somebody moved ahead of time. Everybody's anxious, They're excited about this game. It's a big game.
We're excited about this game.
Oh, I was excited all week thinking about this game.
8:29, first quarter action, no score. Bryan Station had the ball, and they were penalized a number of times and then had to punt it away. And then now the Douglas gets the penalty to start their drive. Bean looking right, firing over there, and it's caught, and Crowders takes it up and into Station territory. Pickup of about 12. So DeKale Crowders with the nice catch and run, and that's going to bring up second down and short now.
Yeah, the corner was off a little bit, and a quarterback noticed that the corner was off a little bit and threw it underneath him for just a little hook pattern. That's a good thing to do.
Brandon Hutsell made the stop there for Station. Second down and short. Harkless back there with Bean now. They like to give it to him in these situations. Instead, they flip it to Crotis, and he's got some running room, and the first down to the 45-yard line. So DeKale Crowders with a nice run takes it to the 45-yard line, first down.
That little flip, instead of handing it on the jet sweep, it's a little flip. If he drops that, bobbles that ball, it's probably an incomplete pass because it's forward.
You're right, Coach. And Kendrick Curry, number 2, came up for Station, made a nice tackle, but before he made the tackle, it was already a first down. First and 10 at the 45 for Douglas. Here's the inside handoff to Harkless. Harkless trying to get some tough yards and maybe a couple down the 43-yard line.
The defense for Bryan Station, what I've seen so far, the defensive line is trying to go around these blocks to make tackle. I believe as long as they think Frederick Douglass is going to run the football, they need to power, control those offensive blockers.
You got big Micah Lowe in there too. He's a outstanding receiver. He's the slot man. You got twins both sides. Harkless to the left of Montavian Bean. Bean back in the pocket, looking right, throwing. That's my man Lowe. He's got it. He's to the 30. Lowe won't go down. Lowe finally goes down at the 28-yard line, where he picks up about 15 yards. Micah Lowe, I just referenced him, Coach, prior to that play, and he comes up with a lot of yak after the catch.
Yeah, he beat the one tackle and then spun off the second one, and the first one that missed him ended up cleaning house and tackling him.
And Coach Bean throws a nice ball.
Nice quick football. We saw him playing for Henry Clay last year.
Yeah, he brought him back against Ryle in that game we did in the Bluegrass Bowl.
Pretty impressive.
Really good quarterback. Officials timeout. We have 7:16 in the first quarter, no score, but Douglass on the march after that nice yak, the catch and yardage by Micah Lowe, the junior. Lowe's a big target at 6'1", 6'2", Coach. Montavian Bean has been perfect so far. Bean, a little shovel around the left side to the 30, and then tackled right there at the 30. Here comes a late flag.
Yeah, there was a holding that they didn't call, unless they called it late. It was an obvious holding on the edge player there.
And that was Trigg, the ball carrier, Malik Trigg. Trigg is one of the seniors that they're Trigg reacting like it's against Station. And a late hit helmet to helmet on our replay.
Well, they're not calling that, though. They're just calling the late hit. They're not calling the helmet to helmet.
Right.
It looks like I didn't see the referee didn't show the blow to the head signal, so.
If you like high school sports, check out the Scholastic Ball Report Sunday at noon on the CW. Douglass is our team of the week this Sunday. Douglass High School, the Broncos, our scholar athletes from Motto High School, 2 National Merit finalists. They're both Governor Scholars, and they're both #1 in their class at Motto. And then also we got a feature on Rondell Robinson, that great running back at Western Hills, Coach. All that coming up Sunday at noon on the Scholastic Ball Report.
I was hoping that sometime during this year we get to watch Rondell play football, because I've heard he is amazing.
Yeah, only a junior. So we'll have a timeout on the field with 6:57 to go, no score, and a timeout. Bryan Station will return here. And thanks to Mingy Beef Jerky, our Mingy Beef Jerky scoreboard right now, no score, 6:57 here in the first period. We'll be back to Douglass High School after this on the White Greer Maggard Game of the Week.
Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
There are 50 Whitaker Bank locations serving Kentucky communities just like mine.
61 Whitaker Bank ATMs throughout Kentucky make getting quick access to cash easy.
Whitaker Bank staff serves the needs of nearly 70,000 Kentucky customers every day.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
What's your starting 5? How about this one? Mild, hot, Cajun, barbecue, and teriyaki.
Montavian Bean at the 15, first high snap, fakes now, fires to Lowe. Lowe cuts back 10-5, touchdown Micah Lowe. 15-yard strike from Montavian Bean. He faked it and they sold it. He faked it to Harkless, a running back, and that pulled in some station defenders. And then he fired out to Lowe, and he beat one man, Coach, at about the 10, and he was off to the races. Yeah. Touchdown, Frederick Douglass High School. They lead it 6-0, 6:51 in the first quarter.
Yeah, Deshaun Starks came up from his defensive back position to make the tackle, but got there a little slow, and wow, the receiver just took off on the outside and scored.
Ryan Legeb in for the extra point for the Broncos to try to put them up 7-0. Placement down. And the kick is no good. So Station might have got a piece of that one. Looked like one of their players, Mitchell, might have come in and got a piece of that. So 6-0 on a 15-yard strike from Montavian Bean to Micah Lowe. Frederick Douglass Broncos take a 6-0 lead. We'll return here on the White Greer Maggard High School Football Game of the Week, and that's the Mingy Beef Jerky scoreboard.
What's your starting five? How about this one? Mild, hot, Cajun, barbecue, and teriyaki. It's the flavors of Mingy Beef Jerky, each one handmade from Ronnie Mingy's all-natural recipe using top-quality beef. That's what makes Mingy Beef Jerky stand out. Take it from me, Tom Leach. Pick up a package today, and if you don't see it, ask for it. And check them out online at mingybeefjerky.com. That's M-I-N-G-U-A beefjerky.com. And go there today to see their newest product, Mingy Beef Jerky Meat Sticks and mild.
The gap kicks off, picked up by Burbage again. Burbage up to the 30, and he's spun up to the 32-yard line. Burbage gives them better field position now, and they're already mixing it up a little bit. Lowe, who has the touchdown catch, was mixing up a little bit with Bryan Station coach, and the coach is out there settling down. You said there would be some altercations in this game, and we already have one there as we start the game. But the officials do a great job of separating the guys, but there is a player down. Looks like he might be shaking up or cramping a little bit for Frederick Douglass. They lead it 6-0.
Yeah, 24 looks like – you're right, Gary. It looks like cramps the way he's bending over. That's David Arnold, the linebacker, was on that kicking team, and looks like he's cramping up.
Coach, let's go back to the touchdown for Frederick Douglass. Bean really sold that very well, the quarterback for the Broncos. And Michael Lowe, like I said, kid's got 6 touchdown catches already this year.
Yeah, we've watched him Bean play, and he's got really good fundamentals. And you're right, a nice catch. They're really they're really dominating on the passing game. Bryan Station is playing off these receivers, and honestly, they're making those short catches and turning them into runs. But here's where we've got to see some action. Bryan Station, this anger that they have, you can see it boiling in them. They've got to turn that into good football and not make mistakes and drive the football down the field.
They've got some good receivers, and Jalen Burbage now, full house backfield, out of the shotgun, and Burbage is going to give it to Jones. He fumbles the football, and let's see who jumps on it there. Douglass says they have it, and the officials are right there. They haven't indicated yet, but Jones did fumble the football, and Douglass had a player there, but Jones was also there, and Douglass saying it's their ball, and the officials agree.
Boy, you can't make those kind of mistakes, that's for sure.
We got a replay here.
One of the players celebrating.
Yeah, they were chest bumping, and he knocked him to the ground.
Well, that's a pretty powerful chest bump.
Yep.
I'll tell you what. Yeah, you know what? This is a very inauspicious beginning for the defenders of Bryan Station.
Michael Fogel's a young man, the senior, that came up with that fumble for Douglass, and now they start with already a 6-0 lead. They start at the station 24-yard line after that fumble by Jones. And I was watching it, Coach. I had the glasses on it. That exchange from Burbage to Jones was just not a clean exchange. It's like when you're handing off that baton, a runner, out there, you got to give a clean handoff there. Well, that baton was a fumble big time.
Yeah, that ball was gone from the beginning out of the quarterback's hand, and it was on the ground.
That's one of the best hits we've seen this year, and it was one of a chest bump.
Yeah, that was awesome.
6:39 to go, 6-0.
We had a timeout here by Frederick Douglass, and I'll tell you why. Bryan Station came out with a completely different defense.
We're going to look at that fumble again on the replay, and Jones just did not get the clean handoff, and good job by Fogel there to pounce on it for Frederick Douglass. They lead 6-0, 6:39 in the first quarter of action. Gary Ball with Coach Mike Mann, William Warfield producing here on PrepSpin. White Greer Maggard High School football. Boy, it's been a great season this year. You got Tate's Creek sitting there with only one loss. Douglass only one loss. Lexington Christian sitting there at 6-0, Coach. They already lead Middlesboro tonight, 7-0. Took the opening drive down. Fake to Harkless. Fires left side to Lowe. He's back there and makes a touchdown catch, diving in the corner of the end zone. Lowe's second touchdown catch tonight for Montavian Bean.
They're going to go for 2 here probably. I'm not sure.
Got a flag that might be for excessive celebration, according to William. There is a flag down in the end zone, but this Michael Lowe kid, he's special, Coach.
Right, and let's see what the penalty is here, and I'll comment on that pass play. Yeah, that's what they called. Unless it's a sideline warning.
So it's already 12-0 Douglass.
See what the call was, Gary.
They're pointing toward Douglas. Micah Lowe's talking to the white hat, pleading his case. But that was a great diving catch. We'll probably take a look at that again, too.
That's an unsportsmanlike conduct, a non-contact, a non-playing foul. So that was probably excessive celebration, yes.
Right. So Douglas now, they do have the quarterback in there, Montavian Bean, the junior, and they're going to go for 2. Harkless is behind him. They do have triple receivers out to the top. And Bean looking out that way with Harkless to his left. Bean is going to tuck it and tips it now to Harkless. And Harkless trying to bull his way in. And with the second effort, he gets in. What an effort by Jefferson Harkless, the former Dunbar running back.
Yeah, a little lucky, too. That ball was pitched, and it was on the ground, really. You know, how he came up with it.
Yeah.
Real quick, Gary, before we go to commercial break, the Frederick Douglass called a timeout before that touchdown. They saw that Bryan Station moved up man-to-man.
Right.
Called timeout, ran a go route right by the cornerback, Jalen Burbage, who was pushing man-to-man, up tight, shoving, but he ran right by him for the touchdown.
We'll take a look at that 2-point. Are we looking at the touchdown or the 2-point conversion? All right, here's the touchdown pass to Lowe. What a great strike there by Bean. Watch Lowe go up for it, extended in the end zone. Came up with a great catch, Micah Lowe. We talked about him when he made that first catch in the yak, and he's caught 2 touchdown passes already in this game, Coach. He's looked impressive. It's already 14-0, Coach. Broncos leading Bryan Station.
Well, Bryan Station is their own sports enemy here. You know, a big fumble, and in the first drive it was a matter of a lot of penalties, 2 or 3 penalties on the first drive. So they've got to get their stuff together. They've got the athletes, and I think they've got the coaching. They've got great coaching over there.
This Douglas team is competitive. They're a fine football team. They're trying to go to 5-1 on the season. I believe they're 4-1 coming in because they already had an open date, I believe, Coach, is why they're 4-1.
Now they're marking off the penalty, so this should give Bryan Station extremely good field position.
Yeah, I'm going to go to my app for the KHSAA football and double check on this fine Douglas team on their overall record.
Well, they're going to be kicking from the 25-yard line. So Bryan Station defenders should get that ball close to at least close to the 40-yard line on this.
Douglas opened up, Coach. There's their schedule. Lost to Danville. Then they've ripped off 4
straight. really good Danville team.
And beat a really good Creek. That's Tate's Creek's only loss. They beat Creek 49-22. Beat Lafayette 29-14. Central 25-15. And Dunbar 52-0. 4-1 coming in. Jones is the only man back deep for this Legeb kick. Here's Legeb's kick, and Jones will watch it bounce, and it goes past him. Goes back, picks up at the 10. Here comes Jones 15, and at the 20, and then dives up to about the 21-yard line.
By letting that ball bounce past him, they lost that good field position.
Yeah, because they had to kick it, like you said, way back there, Coach.
From the 25-yard line,
25. I mean, they should have had that ball at 35 or 40-yard line. Instead, they do start at the 22. Beide helping out on the stop there for the Broncos of Douglas. We have 6 minutes and 26 seconds of first quarter action already. 2 Micah Lowe touchdown catches from Bean. And, Coach, it's 14-0, and the 2-point conversion after the missed kick. The 2-point conversion came from Jefferson Harkless. He did a good job of picking up that loose ball.
He did.
We'll have the time clock on our digital thing.
Next week?
Yeah, next week we'll have the bar back in stock.
And we got the Mingy Beef Jerky scoreboard, 14-0. White Greer Maggard game of the week. And Station trying to get the offense going here. Started out pretty good, then the penalties hurt them. Inside handoff and taking it to the 23-yard line. That's going to be Antoine Smith.
Little power play behind that big fullback. I'll tell you, that may be their weapon tonight. I don't think Frederick Douglass is as big as Bryan Station is on the defenses and in the linebacker stage. If they can get that big fullback leading the running back through there. But, 14 points behind, that's tough. But don't panic. You got a long game ahead of you. Just keep moving the football. Go with your game plan.
2nd down and 8 for Bryan Station and their quarterback, Burbage. Gives to Jones. Jones got some running room, running hard 30, and Jones dives up to the 31 on the far side. Let's see if that's good enough for the first down yardage. It depends on the mark.
Yeah, I think it's short.
They marked it at the 30, so you're exactly right, Coach. It's about a yard short. So 3rd and short now for Station, that's a nice run there by Jones.
Yeah, now Frederick Douglass, the Broncos are slanting their defensive line. I know the nose guard slanted into that play, which made it easy for that guard to block him, by the way, so that they could get to the outside that way. Let's see if they're guessing, if they're going on some formation cue. Straight ahead that time.
No gain at all. They will not. They will lose a yard or two. Not sure what that call was, but obviously it didn't work. You know, when it's 3rd and a yard, everybody wants to run it up the middle. Get it outside. If you get outside, you're going to get the first down. They only needed a yard.
Well, not necessarily outside, but off tackle. Off the outside hip of the tackle.
Exactly.
That's a good, against this defense, that's a good place to run.
That's right.
But again, you know, they've got the big fullback, and they could lead him up there and block. They should be able to make that yardage.
Station may be bringing their punting team in on 4th down. They lost a couple of yards on that. They looked like they wanted to go for it. I tell you, this Bronco football team is a solid football team.
They are a solid football team, playing good defense right now. That's the biggest punter I've seen in a long time.
That's Benton. Remember him in that game we did early in the year? He's actually a pretty good punter. Here's the Benton punt. High punt. Fair catch being called at the 43-yard line by the Broncos. And it's called there by Hayden Hunt. Hunt with the fair catch, number 8. And then there was some jawing going on after that.
There's going to be in this game, and the officials have to get a good grip on that because, like I said, there's some ill feeling between these two teams. And I understand that situation. I understand when you lose athletes to a new school. That has to settle in a while, you know. You have to establish your program, and then that sort of thing will stop.
So Harkless comes out with Bean. Micah Lowe's out there. He already has 2 touchdown catches. Hunt's out there along with DeKel Crotis. First down for the orange-clad Broncos of Frederick Douglass High School. They'll start at the 43. And fakes it. No, it does get to Harkless. And he's running midfield and all the way down to the 42-yard line. He's close to the first down marker, 10-yard pickup there by Jefferson Harkless, coach.
Yeah, and right over the right side of the line behind Dayton LeBlanc, number 55, the guy you said that already has an offer from North Texas. And let me tell you something. Great job of blocking.
He's headed to North Texas. He's already committed.
Nice.
And they get the 10 yards in the first down. Nice running by Harkless. 3 minutes and 57 seconds in the first period. And if you're just tuning into PrepSpin, it's been all Broncos. Frederick Douglass leads 14-0. Give to Harkless again. Comes back this side, 40, and then pulled down at the 38-yard line. Coming over there to get him, Kendrick Curry.
Yeah, Kendrick Curry's got really nice speed. He really caught up to that play. Amazing. Harkless cut back on that. Again, so far, I'm telling you, this is all offensive line. The offensive line is winning the battle in the pits right now.
You got O'Buck, Lewis, Collins, Black, and you already talked about Dayton LeBlanc. Those guys, those road graders up front doing a great job. And also big number 44, the left tight end who's lined up to the left side now. Triple receivers to the top. For Bean, gives inside again, diving down to the 36-yard line. Harkless again. Remember, Harkless, no, that was not Harkless. That was the backup, Nate Gay. Gay, the ball carrier. So here's the thing. Gay with the carry there. Back to Harkless. He was a 1,000-yard rusher for Dunbar a couple seasons ago.
Yes, he was, yeah. I remember that. In fact, I believe he is the son, maybe, of Jefferson Harkless, a guy that played for me at Dunbar, big man, a wonderful, wonderful football player.
That's going to be offside. Douglas going to be whistled for that one with 2:50 to go. And, boy, the car is still filing in here. You see the lights on. You got a good crowd in here down below us, Coach. Nice Douglas crowd here. Bryan Station's got a pretty good crowd over there along the way for a team that has really struggled this year.
And this is the first time that Bryan Station's been here, so I'd say some of these people don't know where they're going. They don't know where to turn or where they're going. I know there's like 2 different ways to get in here, and one way's the front where the parking lot is, one way's the back.
I just know they said come in the meeting road, where it says it is meeting, like you have in a meeting, and they put us in the VIP section to park. Run down the left down to the 38, got the penalty back, and that's going to be Gay, Nate Gay.
75, Jake O'Buck for Frederick Douglass did a good job of leading that play.
He's a sophomore.
That's a nice sophomore. Good size, too.
Yeah. 6'3", 265.
I love this high school football. I tell you what, these kids are getting bigger and stronger and faster.
What a gorgeous night for high school football. The second half, Coach, it'll be down in the 60s.
I love it. Absolutely love it.
And you've got your UFOs coming up at halftime.
I've got a couple good UFOs. We have an interview with someone you know quite well. Mike Harmon's going to try to make his way up here. You never know with these administrators. Sometimes things pop up that they have to take care of.
He'll be up here.
Yeah.
They call this the farm here.
Why do they call it that?
Well, because where they built it at, it used to be the big. There used to be a big farm here.
I'd call it the ranch,
or the stable.
Yeah,
the Broncos, right, William? The stable, but they call it the farm. Let's call it the stable farm. Here is Bean back to pass.
That was the illegal procedure again. I'll tell you who's getting off. The slot on the right side. He's the guy that's jumping, and he is so anticipating he's anticipating beating that strong safety deep on his route. Looked like he might have had a little post or a flag pattern in the go there, but getting off too quick.
Williams got a good name. We'll talk about it later, but that's a good name. But I like, the farm's good. That a whole, the Broncos. I like the Broncos. Remember all that controversy about what they were going to go by the what was it, William? The Stallions or something?
They were going to go by Stallions, but Broncos is perfect.
Yeah. Okay. First down.
He almost jumped again.
Bean looking, rolling. Montavian in trouble now and throws it away as he got well outside the tackle box. So that'll bring up second and about 29 for the Broncos.
Now, that was a good job of covering in the secondary that
Coach,
time.
I think you're exactly right. This Bryan Station team's got some speed. They've got some athletes. And, if they click it in at the right time, they can probably play with anybody.
You know what I see? I see a lack of confidence. And I think that comes from not winning. And sometimes you have to have that one signature win, that one big win.
That's all it takes.
Even if they come from behind here somehow and get close or get tied at halftime, it might make a difference.
Well, William does a great job looking at that 1080p high definition. Harkless dancing midfield. Harkless down to the 45. It'll bring up third and about 8-19. But nice run by Harkless as he picked up about 10 yards on that carry.
Yeah, he's breaking the line of scrimmage and getting through into that secondary too quickly.
And it was Chris McKinley, outside linebacker coach, a junior for the defenders, who made that tackle.
Right, and again, you can't give him those 5 or 6 yards without being touched, and that's what's happening right now. That offensive line is controlling the line of scrimmage.
Third and almost 20 at the 45. They've got to get down to the 26-yard line, 25. Here's Bean back to pass. Sets, throws, and it's incomplete.
Good coverage.
As he was trying to go down the middle to, it looked like Krotos.
We might have roughing the passer here. I'm not sure. Let's see. Personal foul. Roughing the passer.
Automatic first down, I believe, as well. So, if you're Bryan Station, you're thinking, man, we made a good stop. We're going to get the ball back. Then, for some reason, we hit the quarterback late, roughing the passer. Now they're going to have first down, Coach. Those are just mental mistakes.
Yeah, I'd like to see that again. We took our eyes off it going down the field, but it looked to me like whoever was there must have been there really late.
And Thomas was the intended receiver. It wasn't Krotos.
That is an awful mistake. Awful mistake. You're right. We had him totally stopped. Bryan Station did a really good job on defense that time.
Bean inside handoff, and that's Harkless. Harkless to 20, and man, he ran over top of the Bryan Station defender, Mitchell. William Mitchell came up, and Harkless lowered that shoulder, Coach, and Mitchell was a recipient of that shoulder, and he went down quickly.
Well, he did, but he got knocked out of bounds.
Look at this replay. He lowered that shoulder, and, man, Mitchell took the brunt of that.
Good aggressive football.
We've got 43 seconds here in the first quarter. Frederick Douglass and Lexington Bryan Station. Well, the defenders have been a solid football. Remember that Lafayette game we did last year where the final was like 64-54?
They've always been a good offensive team.
Yeah. Struggling in that area, too. Bean fires right side. Down the middle, 5, and going to try to dive in. And they're going to
touchback.
Lost the ball.
He lost the ball through the end zone. That's a touchback.
Touchback. That was Michael Lowe. And you're right, they called a touchback. He fumbled the ball through the end zone. Officials, boy, that's a big break there for Bryan Station.
That's called dodging the bullet, boy.
Yeah,
Woo!
Yeah, here we go right there, and he loses the ball. Yeah, that's a great call right before he broke the plane. Ball came flying out of there, and they called that a touchback from the back of the end zone, right, Coach?
Right, because it went out of the end zone. It didn't go out. If it would have gone out of bounds before the end zone, then they would have gotten the ball right there.
And think about this. Think about this, guys. That would have been Micah Lowe's third touchdown catch in the first quarter. But instead
Bryan Station
dodged football.
Bullet.
Micah Lowe is good. I tell you, Coach, he might be the next big thing in Lexington football. He's only a junior.
That's amazing.
So first down at the 20.
Benton's
got it. Big Benton bowling his way 25. Boy, there aren't many guys wanting to get in his way.
No, and that's what they can do. If they can continue this, not make mistakes, not fumble, not have penalties, and just drive the ball down the field like that, they're going to be in good shape. But again, Frederick Douglass, good coaching. They may adjust the defense here, put a little extra oomph up front, move those linebackers up a little bit. Let's see what happens.
Jewett helped out on that play, Frederick, the junior linebacker. But I tell you what, Benton lowered his shoulder. I saw the replay and that big fella ran over top of some guys at 260 pounds. There's two Christian Bentons on Station's team. LCA leads 28-7 into the first quarter. Here we got about one more play left here. The clock is actually down to 2 seconds, and Burbridge might not even get this play off, and he does not. We head to the second quarter, and it would have been 21-0, but inexplicably, Michael Lowe fumbled the ball out of the end zone. It was a touchback. Otherwise, it would be 21-0. But as we head to the second quarter, Frederick Douglass 14 and Lexington Bryan Station nothing with Coach Mike Mee and Gary Ball. And William Warfield will return the Mingy Beef Jerky scoreboard on the White Greer Maggard Game of the Week.
At White, Greer, and Maggard Orthodontics, we believe that greatness is in the details. Each decision we make is for the benefit of our patients and our community. This means using industry-leading technology to help you achieve your goals and uncover your perfect smile. Our precision and efficiency results in an experience that is both pleasurable and affordable. White, Greer, and Maggard Orthodontics, applying precision and elegance to your smile.
Folks, this is Gary Ball, and you hear my catchphrase, soup and a sandwich. When I want the best potato soup and prime rib sandwich, I head over to Rafferty's Restaurants after my games. Check out Rafferty's 9 great locations throughout Kentucky, and all you teens, you can eat at Rafferty's before those big ball games. The open prime rib sandwich is what legends are made of. Ask Joe B. Hall, the legend himself, it's his favorite. Rafferty's a big supporter of high school sports throughout Kentucky. Rafferty's, where the special is you. Yep. Welcome back, Gary Ball, Mike Meehan. We're here at this beautiful facility, Frederick Douglass High School, just over off of Winchester Road with Coach Mike Meehan. Boy, I tell you, Coach, you look at this Douglass team, and we have not seen Scott County in person, but I'm telling you what I can see right now, they can probably compete with anybody.
They can compete with anybody defensively. I'm not sure about offensively,
right,
but defensively for sure. We'll watch them. We'll watch them and see how they do.
Second down. Jones is the dotting that back. Burbridge looking to pass, fires, and it's caught at a first down up to the 33-yard line.
That is what I've seen him improve on. That quick release, that bullet he can throw to the outside. Now, I made that comment last year that I thought last year that was his weakness, was getting the ball out of his hand quickly on those plays, not wanting to run the ball right away. That showed me right now that he's made that great improvement. I'm sure his daddy had something to do with working with him on that.
First down for the defenders. They dodged a bullet, as Coach Meehan said, when Michael Lowe fumbled the ball in the back of the end zone. It rolled out of the back for a touchback, and instead of a touchdown for Douglass, it was the football for Station. So they're trying to make it hurt, aren't they, so to speak, Coach?
They are.
Here's Burbridge. Quick toss to Jones. Jones trying to bounce it outside, and there comes the speed, and they upend him at the 30-yard line. And what a nice play there. Was that Lott who came up and made the play?
Yeah, 33, I think.
33, that's not Lott. Lott is, yeah. It was Neal, 33, making the play.
Neal drew a bead on him. He came up like a rocket. That took too long to get out there.
Yeah.
Sooner or later, you got to make that turn. You don't have that kind of speed to get around this speed defense that they're running.
David Neal and he is a sophomore. Some good-looking underclassmen. Lowe's an underclassman. Bean's an underclassman. Neal, who just made that play showing the speed, he's an underclassman.
And it puts them behind the chains again, Gary.
Yep.
They just can't afford to do that.
So 2nd and 13 back at the 30 for the defenders. Burbage. Wideouts to both sides. Back to pass. Jalen in trouble. Sack back at the 23-yard line.
Yeah.
And big 56, Obi Taylor. That's a sack for Taylor. Taylor's made a couple of nice plays in his first half.
He did. Bryan Station ran 2 tight ends and 2 wide flankers. That leaves plenty of blockers in there. But honestly, Frederick Douglass came through that very quickly. There's very little blocking up front.
So 3rd down and 21 for the defenders of Bryan Station. They've got the white jerseys and the gold numerals tonight. Broncos in the orange with the white numerals. And brings up 3rd and long.
In the game of football, you can't go backwards.
They got the full house backfield this time. Big Benton's back there. Burbage fakes. Jalen rolling to the right, gets a block, sets, throws, and knocked away by Neal.
Somebody keeps turning that light on.
I think it's on a timer because it keeps turning itself back on.
It's frustrating.
William, the light keeps turning itself back on. Is it on a timer?
All right, that was not a good drive at all. Backwards, you can't afford to do that. Now they're going to give Frederick Douglass the ball in good field position here. Pretty tough. Broncos look good Broncos look really good right now.
Christian Benton will punt. So Benton will punt, and Hayden Hunt is back deep. Punt calls a fair catch at the 48-yard line. Yeah, I think that's on a timer. I think when we turn it off, it's only off for a little while, turns itself back on.
We're getting a lot of reflection, people, but that's all right. We'll keep broadcasting because we love it.
Yes, sir. Douglass will have the ball. They lead 14-0, and Coach, really, for all intents and purposes, they should lead 21-0.
They should. Again, the fumble through the end zone for the touchback stopped them. But again, we're seeing a whole lot of good defense. But Bryan Station is their own worst enemy here.
They sure are. 9:42 coming up at halftime. Coach Mike Meehan and his unheralded football overachievers got a couple of good ones again tonight, don't you, Coach?
We do. Halfway through the second quarter, it's Lafayette's beating Dunbar 21-0.
Well, Dunbar's really struggling like Station.
Yep, they are.
Montavian Bean with Harkless to his right. Triple receivers at the bottom. Fakes. Bean keeps it. Tucks it. 48. Breaks a tackle. And then upended at the midfield stripe. Good play there coming up by Bryan Station at midfield.
Better. That's better. A little quickness coming up there to make the tackle. Defenders are quick. They really are quick.
William Mitchell.
The problem is they're just getting dominated up front right now.
So Mitchell made that play. 2nd down and 8. They are in Station territory by a yard at the 49-yard line. Kentucky and who are they playing? Eastern Michigan tomorrow night?
Eastern Michigan. Great quarterback.
Pass knocked away and incomplete. Trying to come up with it there was Malik Trigg. Brings up 3rd and 8. Nice job.
All right, now let's show some discipline here for Bryan Station. Let's get in there, play good defense. You have good athletes. Play good defense, and get the ball back here. That'd be the first real stop they've had.
You're exactly right.
3rd and 8, opportunity. Cover 2.
Fake to Harkless. Bean keeps it.
There you go.
And he's tackled from a good tackle from behind. Good pursuit defense by the defenders. Who was it, William? For Bryan Station. That was Davion Moore. And Moore stayed with the play. He was in the backfield, Coach, but he saw Bean was cutting it inside, and he trailed him. He tackled him from behind. That's just great pursuit defense by Moore.
Yes, a senior-type play where he didn't give up on the play. He came back and made the tackle. That was good. All right, now we're going to see our first punt by the big orange and white.
That's Overton.
And green.
Overton is your punter. At least that's who was given to me as the punter, Overton. And Station back.
They don't like something going on here. Coaches aren't happy with what they're seeing.
That's Burbage back there, Coach.
Surely this isn't a fake.
So 4th and long, and timeout is called It's going to be a penalty
Delay
against
of
the
game.
Broncos, delay of game.
Yeah, I said that. There was something going on. The coaches were 2 or 3 steps out on the field, and they were trying to tell the punter something. Did they have 11 on the field? I don't know.
You know, if Bryan Station could break one here, Coach, or get a break, or if Burbage could take one back, 14. They're right in this game. It's 14-0, but a touchdown was fumbled into the back of the end zone.
They need confidence.
Here's the punt. Burbage is back. They punt it away from him, and Burbage watches it roll, and it takes a great Bronco roll, still rolling to the 10-yard line. A 43-yard punt.
Yeah, that's bad.
And most of that was a roll.
Yeah, you can't let them roll. Got to catch them. Got to catch. You got to put somebody back there that has the skill to catch and the courage to catch. Fair catch would be fine. Anything to keep that ball from rolling, because when that ball rolls, that really backs you up.
That's a problem.
Yeah, every 10 yards. I said it before in every broadcast, but every 10 yards you let it roll is a first down you have to get.
7:58 to go in the first half. 2 touchdown catches by Micah Lowe for the Broncos from Montavian Bean, and that's our 2 scores in this first half so far, Coach. And Station has the ball at their own 10-yard line.
Boy, pressure's going to come now.
Burbage tucks it, hit, and LeBlanc and company in there. Big number 55, LeBlanc. So LeBlanc headed to North Texas with the stop. A loss of about a yard.
The Frederick Douglass defense, they're slanting again. They're taking a side, and they must have something through scouting reports or whatever, because they seem to be slanting the correct way every single time.
They sure do. Broncos of Frederick Douglass. And, Coach, we should mention that Coach Landis is not the head coach tonight. He's not coaching for the Broncos.
No, one of your friends, Gary McPeak, is the head coach, acting head coach.
Nathan
tonight.
McPeak, I believe.
Nathan.
His son, yeah.
Yeah, my fault.
Gary's the athletic director.
Right.
And there's a handoff, and ball comes out of there, picked up by Station, and the officials are following. That's a loose ball. There he goes down the near sideline. Who is that big fella?
He's a monster, I'll tell you that.
That's 44. 41, that's going to be Benton, and he takes it in for the touchdown. And Douglas thought the ball was down, but Christian Benton said that ball's not down. The big fella rumbled. We'll take a look at that again.
Yeah, let's take a real close look at that again. What a run, though. Coach, how excited he was, Gary.
If anything is worthy of a replay, that's worthy. Mr. Benton took it about 90 yards. And let's take a look at that.
You'll have to call this one.
They hand it off, and ball comes squirting out of there. No, Benton still up. Yep, picks it up. Ball not dead yet. There he sees it. Big 41 picks
awesome
up.
play.
And there he goes.
Benton.
There he goes. Says, I'm gone. I'm out of here. Down here sideline. Look at him rumbling and tumbling. And Benton takes it all away. And Bryan Station's right back in this game. With an extra point here, it'd be a 14-7 football game after Douglas dominated the first quarter.
Gary, I sure hope as heck they've got oxygen over on the sideline for that big man, because that was one long run.
90-plus yards.
90-plus. He's going to. Hey, I'll tell you what. He's going to go looking. He's going to go back and look on PrepSpin for that.
Yep. Burbage rolling right, sets, throws, and knocked away there. There's a flag down.
Interference.
Late flag coming down.
There's a flag on the play.
It's going to be pass interference, so they'll move the ball half the distance, and Station will get another opportunity. But boy, we took a nice look at. We're going to look at that again, or that's all right, William. That young fella, he just didn't quit on the play, did he, guys?
That was funny how he just reached down and picked the ball.
There's the football. There it is. There's a pigskin.
Said, I didn't hear a whistle.
Yeah,
I didn't hear a
no
whistle.
And when the officials started following him, I said, that's going to be a touchdown, because they had not blown the whistle. They wouldn't have been following him.
I'm telling you what, he took that ball like the doors were wide open and the windows were unlocked.
That might be a Sports Center right there. William, we might nominate that for a Sports Center top 10. White-clad defenders and Burbage get the break here, the penalty. Give it inside to Big Benton, trying to bull his way in. They pull him. Does he get? There's another flag.
Now that
Flag's
might be
flying.
Yeah. Now let me tell you, there's a
play where they assist them. They call that, don't they?
Well, if you pull the guy,
yeah,
that's assisting, and that's illegal. If you push him, it's fine.
They were pulling him, weren't they, Coach? I know William will try to get us a look at that again as well. If you're just tuning in, the Mingy Beef Jerky scoreboard is 14-6 Douglas, and that 2-point conversion will be no good, and Douglas will decline. So that'll take us with 6:55, 14-6. The lead for Frederick Douglass over Bryan Station. We'll return here on the White Greer Maggard High School football game of the week.
Wanted to get back on the basketball court. I want to get back to the
Love that place.
I do too, man.
I want to get back to gardening.
I want to get back to playing with my band.
Only one team is qualified to get patients back to living their lives. Bluegrass Orthopedics has physician experts to assist in your recovery, whether it's an injury or chronic condition. Bluegrass Orthopedics provides convenient, specialized, and comprehensive care for your unique life.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Whitaker Bank supports 956 Kentucky charities and community events.
Employees of Whitaker Bank volunteered 14,860 hours to better our Kentucky communities.
93 nonprofits that promote diversity and inclusion in Kentucky are supported by Whitaker Bank.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
Gary Ball, Mike Meehan, as Christian Benton has just picked up a fumble and gone 90 yards for the score and gotten Bryan Station. They did not make the 2-point conversion. That was no good, but it is a 14-6 football game. And, Coach, it could have easily at one point there been 21-0, but Michael O fumbled the ball out of the back of the end zone for a touchback, or it would have been 21-0. Instead, right now, they get the ball back. They make it hurt. Benton picks up the fumble, goes 90 yards, and it's 14-6. Here's a low kick, scooped up by Douglas, 20. Return to the 30, 35, dancing to the 35, and then pulled, and then finally he is going to be tackled at the 38-yard line.
It's still good field position, you know. I'm not a fan of dancing around on a kickoff return, but
that was Jalen Bybee, by the way.
But Bybee broke some tackles, did a good job.
Bybee returning a kick, but we've had one of the plays of the year, a PrepSpin award type of play, when Christian Benton picked up that fumble with nobody in. There was a big circle there, a big pile, and Christian said, "There's the football." Scooped it up. Nobody else knew he had the ball, and then he went 90 yards for the touchdown.
That might be one of them Mingy Beef Jerky plays of the year too.
Yeah.
You know, really, what a run that was. And I guarantee you, see, he can go home and immediately after the game look at it on PrepSpin and see his run.
Exactly. Here's handoff to Harkless. 38 and maybe a yard gain. Good tackling there.
That was better. A little bit.
You.
It's coming up quickly now.
Look, that was William Mitchell making that play, and he did he's been on a couple of plays here in this game so far. And I tell you what else, Chris McKinley helped out, number 24. He made a nice play. Second and 9 on that pickup. Harkless is behind the quarterback, Montavian Bean. He's back to pass. Bean looking, getting pressure. Bean sets, throws, caught by Cameron, and Cameron's got the first down. Let's see what they mark him at. Very close to the first down marker at the 48-yard line.
Yeah, it depends where he stepped out.
That was Kennedy Cameron, a big 6'3", 220-pound tight end with his first catch. Look at number 44, Coach. He's a big guy out there.
He's a big guy. That's first down. It was. And he, the first man that came near him missed the tackle and allowed him to get that first down. But they're a good football team. And what they're doing again, Gary, their Bryan Station is playing tough inside now, but they're still laying off those receivers, and Frederick Douglass is throwing underneath them.
At the 48, Harkless,
nice
midfield,
tackle.
And into Station territory. And making a nice play, Christian Benton, who has the big 90-yard fumble, scoop, and score tonight for Station. If you're just tuning in, this is PrepSpin with our producer and the king of stream, William Warfield. Makes it look so good on there with that 1080 high definition, 1080p. 5:40, Coach, in the first half, and it's 14-6. Douglas on top of Station. Handoff, Harkless again. He's got some running room. He's at the 40. He's got the first down to the 40-yard line, and he's finally upended there by Bryson Fields. Took the free safety to come up and stop him.
Yeah, Bryson made a really good tackle. Tackled those legs. Harkless has got this side move where I'm not saying he runs side to side. He's actually running straight ahead, but he kind of turns sideways and does a little jump cut, and that's a tough guy to tackle. But nice job that time getting his legs.
Douglas on the march. Here's a give to Gay in there, and Gay down to the 35-yard line, and a lineman went down, a little shaken up. Big tight end Cameron. Somebody rolled over his leg a little bit. He may come out of there, and he does. So Cameron coming out, shaking up a little bit. So Gay, the ball carrier, picked up 4. 2nd down and 6. Clock running. 5 minutes, 10 seconds of first half action remaining. Hey, Coach, right now we got a 14-6 ball game, Douglas, but Station holding their own right now.
I wonder why Station went for 2 that time instead of going just to kick.
Yeah, I would have just kicked it.
The
They must not have a lot of confidence in their extra point guy. Pass near side, incomplete, trying to go to DeKel Crotis, and he dropped it.
Yeah, you see what he did. He did what college players do and pro players do, and that is start running before you catch the ball, and you can't do that. You got to look the ball in, tuck it, and then make your run.
3rd down and a long 5. They've got to get down to the 30 for the first down. That incomplete pass did stop the clock. The Mingy Beef Jerky scoreboard. Also coming up after the game, our Bluegrass McDonald's Star of the Game will present a Star of the Game every game from the Bluegrass McDonald's. Great to have McDonald's on board with us, Coach. William and I went down and talked to those guys a few weeks ago downtown, and they are now a proud sponsor of PrepSpin.com.
The Golden Arches makes a good move, buddy.
Yes.
PrepSpin and a quarter pounder, and those 2 things go well together.
Yes, sir. And you want fries with that?
I like those quarter pounders, no cheese. I'm not a big fry guy, so.
Coach is watching his figure.
Oh, shout out to my wife. Linda's watching this game on PrepSpin through the YouTube area, and she loves it. She said it's a great picture.
With it, diving down is Harkless. He's got the first down to the 23-yard line. Jefferson Harkless. And the fumble recovery guy, Christian Benton, big number 41. Benton making the stop there for the defense. Yeah, Benton's a household name now, Coach, after making that fumble recovery of 90 yards here on PrepSpin. Everybody's talking about that.
300 yards, or 300 pounds, I mean. 100
Yeah.
yards and 90 yards and 300 pounds.
I was being generous when I said 270, wasn't I, Coach?
I think he's about 300.
Handoff, Harkless running hard. 15 in Harkless. Boy, I tell you what, this kid runs one way, and that's north and south. He's 6'1", 210.
Yeah, that's
Jefferson Harkless.
That's a really good size, and again, a really good size for running back. And again, that offensive line, Gary, I mean, they really are blocking. They're controlling the line of scrimmage.
I just noticed his size when I listed. That's the exact same size of a young man by the name of Sean Alexander.
Well, I don't want to bring that up.
You don't want to mention that. Here's Harkless bouncing back, cuts it back inside and down to the 11-yard line. Good effort. He made about 3 yards, Coach, and almost was stopped in the backfield.
They're really dominating. Jeffrey Black is one of the offensive linemen, big number 74, and he's doing a really good job of moving that line of scrimmage.
2nd down and 8 for the orange-clad Broncos. Under 4 minutes, 3:55 to go, first half. Under center now is Bean. Gives to Gay, and Gay down to about the 6. Would it be 3rd down and 4?
Yep, they're pounding the football. They're trying to take as much clock as they can and pound the football down the field.
And WL Stats, I believe it does stats here, so we'll try to grab a stat sheet at halftime here. Yep, didn't give us a monitor tonight, did they, Coach?
No, they didn't, but that's all right. I mean, we'll find a stat sheet one way or another.
Yeah, we'll get one at halftime. I'll bring one over to you, Coach, when you do your halftime unheralded football overachievers. A staple here now. High snap, Bean keeps it, cuts it back inside and upended at the 5-yard line. Nice play there, but they call him Tay here. He's Montavian Bean. Of course, last year he quarterbacked quite a bit at Henry Clay. They got most of the players here from Bryan Station, but they did get a good nucleus from Henry Clay as well.
Right. Again, that's the way. When you have a new school, that's what happens. Usually they give the players that live in that certain district a choice. The seniors can stay at their school or they can go. And I think what happened was a lot of these players decided they want to go to the new school.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
New education program, brand new teachers, new look, starting over again.
We're going to have a timeout because Montavian Bean was headed to the sideline. 2:33 to go. The Mingy Beef Jerky scoreboard. The Broncos 14. What's that? We're going to take a look at that Christian Benton touchdown again. We knew the big fella was rumbling and tumbling down the sideline. And let's Let's go back. Here's that play again, Coach. I can see it. I'm not sure you can, but there's the handoff. Then there's a bunch of people bunching up in the middle. You see Bean standing there to the side, and here comes the ball dribbling out there. And big number 41 looks down. There he is. He says, oh, there's the football. Picks it up, comes down the near sideline, and the Broncos think they've got the ball. They're pointing toward their side. But no, here comes Benton out of there, and he says, I'm heading to the races here. This is Kentucky. I'm a thoroughbred, and heads down the near sideline. And the big fella takes it 90 yards for a touchdown here. And he thought he was at Keeneland, didn't he?
He did. Again, that looked like about 4.6 speed at 300 pounds.
14-6 is your score. That's the score there for Bean, and he's waiting for his teammates. And get the chest bump there. And it is 2:33 in the first half. Gary Ball with Coach Mike Mee and William Warfield here on PrepSpin. And the Broncos of Frederick Douglass, 4-1 coming in. They lead Bryan Station 14-6, and they're threatening again here, 4th down. And, of course, Station trying to come up with another big stop here, Coach, like they did when they ran that fumble in, that loose football in by Benton.
Yeah, they need a big stop here.
Here is Harkless, and he tries to cut it back inside, very close to the first down marker. And the ball comes out of there. It's picked up by Station again.
This is crazy.
And Burbage takes it up near the 10-yard line. Station's got the ball again.
They are going to get some confidence here. Frederick Douglass is going to give them that opportunity to get some confidence. If they could just get an offense going, Gary, their defense is not playing that bad right now.
Yeah, well, that was great effort there. But the second effort, the ball came out of there, and the officials are talking. Because Douglas thought that he was down, Coach. They thought he should have been down, but the ball came out of there. You know what? I want to say it was Burbage who recovered it.
I think so. And
I looked like it was number 1, Jalen Burbage, came out of there with the football. Let's take a look at it again, William. And you can see there he is. Great effort there. And Harkless, and then all of a sudden, ball's out. Okay.
It all depends on when the whistle blew, doesn't it?
Yeah, Burbage did scoop it up, so it was Burbage with the recovery. 2 fumbles on the play, according to William on the replay. There were 2 fumbles. You know, we can't see all that. We're pretty far up here in the press box.
We're pretty far up, but, again, we have that replay.
We have that replay, exactly, Coach, and there were 2 fumbles on that replay. Here's Burbage back to pass, fires it down the right side, receiver out there. Does he make the grab? Yes, he does, up at the 40-yard line.
See, that's what they're going to have to do. They're going to have to put this ball in the air. Their offensive line is not doing a good job of blocking the run.
Curry, Kendrick Curry. We're going to watch that play again. Here's Burbage back to pass. What a great strike to Curry. Beautiful pass, and then Curry up there making the great catch up near the 40-yard line. Boy, Kendrick Curry, nice pass there by Burbage. You're right, Coach. They definitely show much more confidence right now.
They do show more confidence. And, again, this would be a good time to come back with a screen because that defensive line is really trying to penetrate to get to the quarterback.
Here's the handoff, and that's good running there. But Jones upended. Second effort, he lowered his shoulder, but then he was tackled, and he's down a little bit, shaken up.
Yeah, it was a good hit, really good hit at the end of that play.
So Station player down. The trainers, Jake Jacobs and those folks, right out there on top of the play after the injury. And the Station players reacting like they know it's not good for the running back. 1:58 to go. And a couple of big fumbles here late in the first half, Coach, have gotten Bryan Station right back in this football game against one of the top teams in the state. As a matter of fact, the last 6A poll had Frederick Douglass number 8 in the state, Coach.
8 in 6A.
In 6A football, number 8 in the top 10.
Well, yeah, they're a good football team, good coach. Again, Coach Landis isn't here tonight, and Nathan McPeak, right?
Yes.
Is taking over as the interim coach.
And here's a look at that play again. Jones did a good job right there, and then after he ran over that young man, then he just got his knees upended there. His leg kind of got caught in the turf a little bit. So the young man's down, shaken up there for Bryan Station.
This is the kind of thing that we really don't like. I mean, we love the high school football, and we love what goes on here on Friday nights. It's a beautiful facility, a wonderful night for football. When you have a young man hurt, it really is disturbing.
Yeah, that and the players for Station, the way they reacted too, they kind of knew that that it was something more than just a slight injury too. Yes, sir. Yeah, let's take a break, William. Let's go to a commercial break. The Mingy Beef Jerky scoreboard 14-6. Douglas on top of Station. We'll be back here on the White Greer Maggard High School football game of the week, and we'll tell you about the injury to the young man for Station after this timeout.
At Lexington Diagnostic Center, we love athletes.
We understand that when you are injured, the results of an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray can be the only thing keeping you off the field.
And that's what we're here for.
Same or next day appointments, front door parking, and our on-site radiologists make it easy for you to quickly get the results you and your doctor need. Call and compare prices.
We can save you hundreds of dollars.
We would love to help get you back in the game.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter. Locally owned and operated since 1972.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Whitaker Bank supports 496 Kentucky schools.
Over 282,000 students benefit from Whitaker Bank's Kentucky education initiatives.
Whitaker Bank has contributed almost $441,000 to education programs for the advancement of Kentucky's youth.
We share your passion, Kentucky.
Love the bank that loves you back.
Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
Hi, this is Gary Ball for Crown Trophy of Lexington. Crown Trophy offers youth sports awards, corporate awards. They offer signs and a full line of promotional products. They're located at 2680 Wilhite Drive on the corner of Nicholasville, New Circle Road, just behind Starbucks. Stop by and pick up your copy of our 85-page catalog. Crown Trophy is nationally known, but locally owned with 150 stores nationwide. Crown Trophy, the official provider of plaques for the Scholastic Ball Report and PrepSpin.
I used my credit cards over the holidays, and I thought I could make it work. But between the bills and everything else, I'm really starting to fall behind.
A lot of people out there are drowning in debt.
We're Atkinson, Sims & Kermode. You can have a brighter future away from debt.
We've come up with a way to get you started for less.
Say no to debt. Get your bankruptcy started for as little as $78 today. In Lexington and now in London.
What's your starting five? How about this one? Mild, hot, Cajun, barbecue, and teriyaki. It's the flavors of Mingy Beef Jerky, each one handmade from Ronnie Mingy's all-natural recipe using top-quality beef. That's what makes Mingy Beef Jerky stand out. Take it from me, Tom Leach. Pick up a package today, and if you don't see it, ask for it. And check them out online at mingybeefjerky.com. That's M-I-N-G-U-A beefjerky.com. And go there today to see their newest product, Mingy Beef Jerky Meat Sticks in mild, hot, or honey barbecue.
Yeah, video, I mean, it looked bad when we looked at it, but, Chris Jones, I just saw him, guys. I had my binocular. He got him walked off on his own power and to the sideline.
That's a man.
That's right. No, that's Hercules. Oh, Lordy. We're glad it happened. Here's Burbage. Hands left side, and Jones. That's going to be Smith, A.J. Smith, the backup running back. Very little gain, 1:45.
Yeah. The defenders here need to not turn the ball over if they can. There's only 36 seconds left to go in the half.
You're exactly right. They want to get to this locker room only down 14-6.
Yeah, and with momentum from the stops down here, from the big rumbling, fumbling, running.
And if Micah Lowe doesn't fumble the ball out of the end zone, it's 21-0 Douglas instead of 14-6. Third down now.
Single back.
Pass, and that's going to be caught, and they got some running room near side down the far sideline, finally shoved out of bounds, but in Douglas territory, and that catch, that was Rich making that catch, Shamar Rich. First down to the 45. Coach, that was a nice pickup by 20 yards there.
It really was, and that was a big play for this play. This series may not end up in a score, but it is a big play because keep that clock going. Don't give the Broncos the football.
So Station with the catch by Rich. They've got first down to the 45 of Douglas. Here is Burbage. Pump fakes. Burbage being chased. Rolls left. Sets. Throws it up. And it is going to be tipped around and almost intercepted.
That was
incomplete.
That was a great defensive play by the offensive receiver. Get the number of that offensive receiver because he decided he wasn't going to get it. And he knew it could be intercepted. He reached over and tipped it out of the way. Really good job by
Bybee making the play defensively. Second down at the 45, a minute 2 to go here in this first half. The Mingy Beef Jerky scoreboard, 14-6. The Broncos leading the defenders.
That was a big play by Sherman Rich, Bryan Station.
Sharika. Shout out to Sharika Smith watching tonight. How you doing, Sharika? Second down, Burbage back.
There's
little screen, and it's
man.
incomplete. Trying to set up a bubble screen.
I wish they would have saved that. That would have been a really good play. It's really tough to run a screen when you have that quick a penetration, but you do want the penetration. You just got to hold it up for a second.
Yep. That's right. You got to have the penetration.
And the incomplete pass stops the ball.
58 seconds, first half, Coach. 14-6, third down.
And the other thing, Gary, is when it's an incomplete pass, it stops the clock.
Yes, sir.
The Mingy Beef Jerky clock.
Yep.
And when it does that, bam, you might have to turn that ball over.
The Bluegrass McDonald's star of the game coming up after the game from Bluegrass McDonald's, proud sponsor here on PrepSpin. Third down, and we're going to have a timeout called by the Bryan Station defenders with 58 seconds here in the first half. Coming up, our Coach Mike Meehan's UFOs, Unheralded Football Overachievers, and a special guest here in the booth, Mike Harmon.
Yeah, one of our favorite people.
Yes, sir.
We've known through the years. A lot of respect for him and a lot of respect. And what we're going to do, Mike, we're going to talk to you a little bit about how starting a school, how hard it was, how difficult it was, some of the things that you did to help get things started, what your job is over here, and we'll brag a little bit about Frederick Douglass while we're on.
Well, it is a nice facility. A little haze starting to come over the field. See that in the lights? Little haze there, like almost a little smoke dust. But 58, yeah, a little fog haze. Yeah, it does. It is a beautiful facility. We appreciate the hospitality out here by the athletic director, Gary McPeak. And, of course, Tate's Creek. I'm not sure if they were in action tonight, yes. But Sunday at noon on the CW Lexington, that's Channel 5 or 914. Check out the Scholastic Ball Report. This Douglas team is my team of the week. Scholars from Motto and a feature on Rondell Robinson, that great running back from Western Hills. Here's Burbage. He's got time. Burbage looks, steps up. Burbage's going to tuck it, and he loses the football, and it's going to be a fumble. And I think Douglas has the ball.
Well, at least nobody picked it up and ran with it.
Yep. And let's see.
They got it.
Yeah, Station Burbage, I think, was able to get back on it. Clock running 42 seconds. Burbage was able to fall back on it there. Clock running 38 seconds.
Yeah, they're gonna have to get one more play here.
So Burbage running to the sideline. Yeah. Fourth down to 24 seconds here. 14-6. They may just trying to throw one deep and go for the score there.
I think they're going to try to let the clock run out, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, they got 10 seconds. I think they're going to try and just run out this clock. Well, they'll stop it with 5.6. So they'll get one play off is what they'll do. And trying to throw it to the end zone and see if they can get the old proverbial tip drill or something like that to end this first half. 14-6 here on PrepSpin.
We've had some excitement. We have had some excitement tonight.
We had a 90-yard fumble recovery and a touchdown. 90-yard score.
A lot of fan support. A lot of people in the stands tonight, especially on this side. Students seem to be out in good numbers.
Yeah.
You know, one of the problems that we've seen in Fayette County is there's not a neighborhood school. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you go to Danville or you go to Somerset, when I was coaching the LCA, we went to a lot of single A schools like Raceland and everybody in town turned out because they all walked to the game. Basically, everybody was right there. Well, it makes a little difference here when you have to drive to the game to get those kind of crowds.
Yeah.
But you have to have the student support.
You know, we mentioned about Tate's Creek's only lost to this Douglas team. They're leading that really good Danville team 21-14 right before halftime.
That's pretty amazing. Danville's an extremely good team.
So we're going to see the defenders probably try to throw one down toward the end zone. Last play of the first half. Burbage out of that shotgun. Back here comes pressure. Steps up, fires it downfield, and it is going to be incomplete.
With zeros on the clock.
Yeah, so they will head to the locker rooms. And it'll be Frederick Douglass leading 14-6 here over Bryan Station here at halftime. And we have our UFOs, Unheralded Football Overachievers. And Mike Harmon will be the special guest, the assistant principal here at Douglas High School. Our halftime score, the Frederick Douglass Broncos 14, the Lexington Bryan Station Defenders 6. Here comes a late flag out there against somebody. So that might be tacked on. It looks like Coach Parks is out there talking to the officials about something. So a penalty flag did come down late. 14-6 here at halftime, and Douglas leads Bryan Station. We'll be back at halftime on the Mingy Beef Jerky scoreboard, the White Greer Maggard football game of the week. Wide receiver out there. Does he make the grab? Yes, he does. Up at the 40-yard line.
Gary McPeak is the head coach, acting head coach.
Nathan McPeak, I believe.
Nathan.
His son, yeah.
Yeah, my fault.
Gary's the athletic director.
Right.
And there's a handoff, and ball comes out of there, picked up by Station, and the officials are following. That's a loose ball. There he goes down the near sideline. Who is that big fella?
He's a monster, I'll tell you that.
That's 44. 41, that's going to be Benton, and he takes it in for the touchdown. And Douglas thought the ball was down, but Christian Benton said that ball's not down. The big fella rumbled. We'll take a look at that again.
Yeah, let's take
Unfortunately, in this day and age, with many kids younger and younger participating in contact sports and cutting sports, the ACL ligament is more frequently torn than it used to be in years past. As a result, as an orthopedic surgeon who treats sports injuries, I have the unfortunate task of explaining to athletes that are hurt that it's going to take a year to get back to playing their sport or the activities that they love to do. The best way to avoid this is to prevent the injury, and you can do that by having a strong foundation around your joint, and that's the muscles that surround the joint. Flexibility, strength, and technique are probably the best ways to avoid an ACL injury. But when you can't avoid it, that's something that we fix with tissue that replaces the torn ligament in the knee. And basically, we'd like to use your tissue because that's going to heal the best. So if you have to have that done, the key is having a surgeon that's comfortable with this procedure, who has done the procedure multiple times. And the key to successful recovery is to follow instructions after your surgery, getting range of motion quickly, going to physical therapy early so that the knee doesn't get stiff is very important, and then following your instructions from your physical therapist, your trainer, and your surgeon. Typically, it's going to take a full year of your life to get your muscle strength back to where it needs to be, to where you can participate in a sport. But your activities will progress gradually, and by 3 months you'll be jogging, and then you'll progress to your sport over the next 9 months if you work hard.
Take a little walk with me, I'll keep you in good company, and be there for you till the end. You'll never be alone, my friend.
All S, all
Welcome back to the farm here at Frederick Douglass High School. A brand new school, beautiful facility, and a wonderful night for football. Right now it's halftime, and the score is 14-6 in favor of Frederick Douglass. Frederick Douglass playing a really good defensive game. And Bryan Station getting a little confidence here on the end on a couple fumble recoveries, one that went 90 yards for a touchdown. Glad to be here tonight. Really excited. It's the first time back here. And we're going to start off this halftime with our UFO features. Now, again, let me explain. I do this every time, but years ago we started this. All the years I coach, and Mike Harmon's sitting here with me, and Mike, you can comment anytime you want to on this, but and you know this from coaching. All the years that I coached in Fayette County, actually 30 years in Fayette County or more, I noticed there's always somebody in the background or some people who do so much for the program, but they don't get any kind of credit for what they do.
Absolutely.
No attention. And so we want to look those people up. So what I do is I contact the head coaches the week before the game, and I ask them to give me the name and some information on somebody, anybody, male or female, who supports their program that maybe doesn't get the credit that they deserve. Now, a lot of times these people, I try to talk to them, they don't want the credit, but they're going to get it anyway because they're UFOs. UFO stands for Unheralded Football Overachiever. So when I call them on the phone and I say, you're going to be a UFO, they're a little hesitant right there. But I think we finally get to them. So we're going to start right away. We'll start with Bryan Station. The UFO from Bryan Station is Carrick Seals. He's an assistant coach at Bryan Station. Now, Coach Parks talked to me about Seals. Actually, last year we talked a little bit about him. He's a Bryan Station graduate. He has a genuine love for the school, and I think that's really important, and a love for all the students in the school. He has a reputation, Mike, of going around and meeting all the students, not just football players, and really getting involved with these kids. He says, Coach Parks says in many ways, he does so many things, including important behind-the-scene things that Coach Parks doesn't have to do because Carrick does this for them. In quoting Coach Parks, he said, if I call on him for anything, I can depend on him to get whatever I ask for him done without any hesitation.
I've had the privilege of working with him at Bryan Station, and Carrick is a phenomenal relationships guy with kids. It's amazing the way he connects to kids and the things he gets done with them.
See, that's important, especially coming from you. If you worked with him before, you can see that. He also, Coach Carrick Seals also helps a lot of students outside of school, academically with math preparation, etc. So that's important too.
He does on his own ACT prep stuff with the groups on weekends.
I'm liking this guy big time because that's the kind of person I really love, and if I was coaching, that's the kind of person I'd want on my staff. He says Coach Parks says Coach Seals does an outstanding job not only for the football program, for Bryan Station High School and all of its students. So congratulations to Carrick Seals. Think a lot of you. Seems like a lot of people do, Carrick. You're our UFO of the week for Bryan Station High School. Let's jump over to Frederick Douglass. It was interesting. I talked to Coach Landis, and Coach Landis immediately, without hesitation, Gary McPeak is who he picked for his UFO.
I've got to work with him too.
Well, who haven't you worked with? Gary McPeak goes out of his way. Well, you can comment on this then too. Coach McPeak goes out of his way to make sure that athletics at Douglass are taken care of in the right way. He's the athletic director here. He runs a first-class athletic program, understanding that it's all about the kids and making sure they compete on a high level, but having an excellent school experience. And I know you, being an administrator, you probably really a strong backing of that.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we stress character, we stress academics, and at the end of the day, Bryan's got a whole set of core values that he goes through with his guys constantly. And you know, Gary has done such a good job just getting everything off the ground. They're just starting a full slate of athletics, every athletic team competing at the high, not a JV level. We're going straight into 6A like with football, and they've done a great job.
Well, see, my feeling about football and about athletics in general, there's a lot of schools, and I admit this, there's a lot of schools who feel like that athletics should be the stepchild of the academic program. I don't think so. I think they're brothers and sisters. Absolutely. I think that's the way it works. I think you work hand in hand. Your athletic program can help your academic program and vice versa if your athletes have good leadership at all levels, and I think that's what's important.
And coming from Lester D as our principal, we all stress, we support every program, not just football, not just dance team. We try and support every program equally, and Gary get the front lines of that with the AD position.
And again, so Gary McPeak is quite a role model, we'd say, too, right?
Oh, he's come in and hit the ground running with this stuff, and you can imagine all the transfer type stuffs and all the ordering of equipment and making sure all the facilities are right and getting the right people in the right places. I mean, it has been nonstop, and he's done a great job with it.
Well, we're good. Congratulations to Gary McPeak, who is our UFO for Frederick Douglass High School. All right, now let's talk about you a little bit.
Okay.
Let's get a little background first. Tell me a little bit about what you did that you know Gary Ball so well.
Well, I've known him through, I've coached a couple of places. I was a head coach at Tates Creek for a few years. I was a head coach at Lafayette for a few years. I was a head coach of the Horsemen and an assistant coach of the Horsemen, the arena team we had. And Gary's pretty much done some of my games in all of those places over the years, but he was kind of the exclusive guy with the Horsemen we had with us, and we spent a lot of time together.
Well, when did you become an administrator in Fayette County?
Well, I was dean of students at Lafayette for about 5.5 years, and then when I went back to Tates Creek, I was a safe room guy. But then I got into administration at Bryan Station. This is my 4th year, 3 years ago. I was at Bryan Station High School for really 2.5 years, because in January I started with Douglass.
Oh.
And got started then, like I said, just trying to build not a program, build multiple programs, multiple systems, get everything in place and rolling.
Okay, not too many people understand the administrator situation at these big high schools now. How many administrators are there as far as principals, assistant principals?
Well, I think the district's looking at a new formula to evaluate that. Right now with us, the way our staffing, we're an academy school. So our school's shaped like a big E, and each leg or arm of the E is a different academy. So I'm the second. If you're looking at the building from the football field, Carter G. Woodson Academy is the first floor of this part of the E, and I'm the second floor, which is Professional Services Academy. Professional service, we have majors of pre-law, pre-education, entrepreneurship, and finance. And we have the Freshman Academy, which is just Freshman Academy, where they spend a lot of time in the Freshman Academy being exposed to the other academies and what's available for them and to declare their majors after their freshman year. We have the Health Sciences Academy, which you can probably figure out what's going on in there. And then we have the IT Academy, which same thing, from cybersecurities on down, what's going on in there. So the kids come here and they go through the Freshman Academy and get exposed to all this. We take them on college visits as part of the plan as freshmen. Because we want to be career and college ready. College isn't for everybody. So it's just a really interesting concept. So I go through all that to say each academy has its own associate principal inside the academy. So my office is in that wing. Health Sciences has Heather Brinkman in that wing. IT has Alan Mays in that wing. And Freshman has Josh Williams in that wing. So each academy has their own principal and their own principal's office in their wing.
Okay, now that's slightly more complicated than anything that I've heard before. But it leads me to one question, and I hope you can answer this, because I'm sure other people are listening to this too. Okay, so you're a freshman. How do you know where to go after that year?
Throughout the freshman year, they take a class, Freshman 101. And part of that is being exposed to what all the majors in each academy are, the things you can do with that after high school. For example, in the IT Academy, if you go in there, there are certifications. They could graduate high school making $60,000, C+ certification, all these different things they can get while they're in the academy and come out making really good money. Mm-hmm. So we want to do a good job in the Freshman Academy, exposing them to the careers and the opportunities that they have by declaring these majors in the other academies.
Okay, now, when the idea for this came out, did they shop around? Did they find out where this is working, where this is successful in other places?
Kind of the model's been Nashville, the academy schools in Nashville, and we district partnered with Ford Next Generation Learners, Ford NGL, and there's a lot of coaching that goes with it. Again, going back to the athletics being the stepchild with a lot of people, it's amazing how much they call these people coaches.
Yeah.
They're coaching us on academics.
Yeah.
They're coaching us on the academy model. They're coaching us on this. Well, yeah, because great coaches are great teachers. Teaching is coaching. You know that, and I know that. It's just It is what it is.
When I was at Dunbar, I know that there was a lot of emphasis on education. In fact, it was unheard of for a head coach not to teach a full schedule. I taught English and I had a lot of advanced classes, and I think that I really do believe that the coach has to be in the classroom. He has to be in some way associated with the regular students, not just the athletic students.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, and that's Fayette County. You know, I guess I was in the safe room when I was at Tates Creek, and I was kind of an administrator as dean of students at Lafayette, but pretty much all the head coaches have pretty tough loads and large responsibilities in the classroom because, again, they're valuable resources. I mean, and they're great at coaching kids in a specific sport, and as long as they translate those skills to the classroom, they're awesome educators as well. The problem is the only ones you hear about are the ones that aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing.
I know. But listen, teams are coming back out on the field, so we're going to have to cut this now. But I just want to tell you that I've always had a lot of respect for you.
And
I didn't like playing Tates Creek because Tates Creek always had the right attitude. They were always tough coming out on the field with Roy Walton and then Joe and you over there. And then, again, I've been around a long time as an assistant coach and a head coach and again, an assistant coach again at LCA. And there's not a better person as far as I'm concerned as you are, and you know how I feel about you and your family. So
thank you, Mike. And the feeling is 100% mutual. You know, when I was getting into it, you had me by a couple years, not many, but I always looked at things you did, and I think you really did a great job innovating with the passing game, and in Lexington and getting Ben, your son, just going wild with that stuff back then. And I've appreciated all the input and things you've done with me over the years as well.
Well, I'll tell you what, this was really interesting, and I'd like to hear more. If you don't mind, I can't do it this week, but maybe in a week or so, I'm going to call. Maybe I'll come tour the building. You show me around a little bit.
You're welcome. Uh-oh. Getting attacked by J.T. Haskins. Anytime you want to come, you're welcome. You realize what you did there.
All right, well, again, thanks again, Mike. Mike Harmon here, and we'll take a little break here. No, I'll tell you what, I'll go around on and do some stats while things are going on. Again, thank you, Mike.
Thank you. Appreciate you having me.
All right, back here at Frederick Douglass. I'm going to go over some stats here until William wants ready to run a commercial. Let's take a look at some stats from the first half. The score, again, 14-6 in favor of Frederick Douglass over Bryan Station. First down, Frederick Douglass has 13 first downs. Bryan Station has 5. Rushing yardage. Douglass, 21 rushes for 96 yards. Bryan Station, 16 rushes for 103 yards. Passing, 94 yards passing for Douglass, 51 for Bryan Station. Quarterbacks, again, let's take a look at some of the individuals. Well, first of all, I want to run down here and look at the fumbles. Bryan Station has, Bryan Station, again, had 3 fumbles and lost 1. Frederick Douglass has 2 fumbles and lost both of those fumbles, one being a 90-yard touchdown run by Benton. Picked it up and ran down the field 90 yards for a touchdown. Penalties, 43 yards for both teams. And again, the not too important as far as I'm concerned, possession time, 18 minutes for Bryan Station, 11 minutes for them. All right, again, let's take a look at some individual statistics. Gary, would you mind now back on it? Would you go over the individual statistics? I did the team. While I'm taking a little break and grabbing a sandwich here.
Yes, sir. Individual statistics, looking for Bryan Station. Benton had 2 carries, 97 yards, and the touchdown. Jones, 6 carries, 18 yards. Burbridge was 3 of 8 passing for 51 yards. Curry had the 1 big catch for 28. Rich had the 1 catch for 17. Benton also averaged 30 yards a punt. And leading tackler was William Mitchell with 4 tackles in the first half. McKinley had 3.5. Individually for Douglass, Harkless carried it 12 times for 78 yards. Nate Gay carried 4 carries, 14 yards. Montavian Bean was 6 of 10 passing for 94 yards. And also those 6 completions, 2 of those were touchdowns to Micah Lowe. Would have had 3, but Lowe fumbled it out of the back of the end zone. It was called a touchback. Station got the ball the whole game. Really momentum changed after that point. In receiving, Micah Lowe, listen to this, 4 catches, first half, 71 yards, 2 touchdown catches for Micah Lowe. DeKel Crowdis had the 1 catch for 14. And looking at individual tackling, Christopher led the Broncos of Douglass with 3 tackles in that first half. And the scoring was like this at 6:51 mark. Micah Lowe caught the 15-yard touchdown pass from Montavian Bean, and then the Ryan Legeb kick failed. It was 6-0 Douglas. Still in the first quarter, just a few seconds, about 18 seconds later, Micah Lowe hauled in a 24-yard touchdown catch. Great diving catch in the corner of the end zone from Bean, and then Harkless's 2-yard conversion made it 14-0 at that point. But then the play of the game, maybe one of the plays, probably a prep speed when we have our prep speeds in the spring of 18. It came with 6:55. Christian Benton picked up a fumble, went 90 yards for the touchdown, and that's where we are here at halftime. It is 14-6 is your halftime score with Bryan Station and Douglas High School. It's on the Hamburg side of Lexington over in the Hamburg area. It's a brand new high school, beautiful facility. You heard Mike Harmon. He's assistant principal here. And he came over from Bryan Station where he was a dean of students over there, an assistant. And he's over here with Lester Diaz. Lester Diaz is now your principal over here for the Douglas Broncos. Lester Diaz, a former Horseman coach as well, player. Mike Harmon was the former head coach of the Horseman Arena football team. Gary McPeak was a coach with the Horseman football team. So a lot of Horseman connections here at Douglas. Not only their Horseman connections, their team's named the Broncos, so that's another Horseman connection. And they will receive the football here. And that penalty assessed, Coach, against the defenders, not sure who it was called on right there at halftime, has cost the defenders 15 yards, and they'll be kicking from the 25-yard line. So that's where they'll be kicking from.
Yeah, that's not a good start.
Here is the kick, short and picked up by Douglas, and to the 38-yard line. That's where they'll have the football. So Douglas will start at the 38 on the kick there by Station, and that's where Douglas will have the football. It was Neal with the recovery there. Carry ball, Coach Mike Meehan. And
good halftime.
Yeah, thanks to Coach Mike Harmon. I always call him the coach because he's a longtime coach. Coached at Tates Creek. Coached at Lafayette. I remember the team at Lafayette he took to an undefeated regular season. I think that's the last time any school in Lexington had an undefeated season in the regular season. Then they were upset in the playoffs, I believe it was. I remember covering that team on the radio. And then Mike Harmon, of course, went on to be the fine coach at Tates Creek. And they were winning last we heard at halftime over that Danville football team, 21-14 at halftime. So Tates Creek looking good tonight against that undefeated Danville team. And here it's going to be football for the Broncos. They'll have it at the 39-yard line.
2 weeks we had Danville and LCA.
That's right, 2 weeks from tonight. In October, we'll have Lexington Christian and Danville. That's at LCA. Looking forward to that one with Coach Mike Meehan. First down, high snap to Bean, rolling right. Bean sets, throws, and he's got Lowe out there, and he makes the grab, and Lowe's out of bounds, but not before he catches the ball. And the official, right? Yeah, they're going to say he was bobbling the football, and that's what they say. Lowe was bobbling, it was out of bounds. Lowe thought he caught it. He's still pleading his case. We'll take a look at that again. I'm not sure, but it sure looked like a catch from up here in the press box.
I think it was a catch, but I think he may have bobbled it just as he went out of bounds.
So he's kind of bobbling the ball. We're going to take a look at that again. And Williams, closer to the monitor, Williams, so you'll probably have to help me out as far as whether you can see, because I can't really see way over here because it's not it's not that big. Should have been a catch according to He's got the grab and Lowe's out of bounds, but not before he catches it. Looked like a good catch on the replay.
Sooner or later, these officials are going to have to contact us to see about these plays.
Well, we've got replay, but they're not going to ask us. Here's Harkless, and he dives up to the 43. Would it be third down? Harkless picks up about 4. It's going to be 3rd down and 6. And, Coach, the Station defense is going to be asked and called to have another big stop here. They're only down 14-6 as we start the second half here to this 4-1 Frederick Douglass Bronco football team.
The only thing that stopped Frederick Douglass on these drives has been their own fumbles because they're moving the ball quite well.
Bean looks left, fires it over there.
There it is again.
And it's caught, and it's going to be a first down to the 46, hauled in by Malik Trigg, the 6-foot senior target. Malik Trigg with the catch and the first down to the 47-yard line.
Again, that little curl, they're coming back to it over and over. Sooner or later, Bryan Station's going to jump one of those things because right now They realize that they're playing off those receivers, and they're just throwing that little curl.
Coming up after the game, we got our Bluegrass Area McDonald's star of the game. Here is Montavian Bean. Bean rolling right, sets, throws, and it is going to be incomplete down at the 25-yard line. Intended receiver down there was number 8 again, and that intended receiver, that's Hayden Hunt, was the intended receiver.
That's a tough throw for a quarterback. He was full speed running, and it's tough because the receiver is going toward the sideline and you're running toward the sideline, and that ball has a tendency to sail on you, which it did that time. That's a tough throw. We're not going to hold that one against him. That's a tough one.
That is a tough one. 2nd down and 10 for Bean and the Broncos. 10 minutes, 54 to go in the third, and 14-6, Mingy Beef Jerky scoreboard. Broncos on top of the defenders. Harkless, handoff, 45. Harkless, 40. First down and more. Still running down to the 30 to the 29-yard line. Jefferson, Harkless, on top of the defenders. Harkless, handoff, 45.
Offensive line are opening up those holes big.
And they stressed all security at halftime, I'm sure. As you mentioned, Coach, big fumbles in the first half that got Station right back in this game.
That really hurt. It really did. And Station's got some confidence now. They just got to play some defense here and put a stop on them and get something going offensively.
Let's say Harkless's knee was at the 29. Bean gives inside, and that looks like Gay. That is Gay, and he's knocked backwards after a couple of yards. That is Nate Gay with the carry.
Just run that little power play. They're just trying to pop that line of scrimmage if they can.
You got to watch Micah Lowe here. He has split out to the top. He has 2 touchdown catches, and really, Coach, should have 3.
Yeah, again, it was close to being a touchdown. He just tossed it out of the end zone.
Twins out to the near side. Cameron's tight end to the right side. Bean fakes to Gay. Bean rolling, setting, throwing, and it is caught down to the 15-yard line on a great catch. That is number 8 making the grab. That is Hayden Hunt. Hayden Hunt wasn't even, yes he was, given to us as he is a junior, and he is making catch after catch here to start the second half. Hayden Hunt, the junior.
Terrence Clayton Murphy for Bryan Station tried to jump that ball. He couldn't get a hand on the football. If he could have tipped that out of bounds.
Here's Harkless with the handoff. Inside, Harkless hit, wrapped up at the 13-yard line.
Good job of powering it up that time. That was a lot better defense on the run play, the little zone play.
9 minutes. Nice play there turned in by McKinley, the outside linebacker. We have 9 minutes and 12 seconds in the third period, but good opening drive here by the Broncos of Frederick Douglass, Coach Meehan.
Absolutely. They're spreading the field. They got trips out on the far side. That's
Bean rolling left, in trouble. Bean is going to be sacked back at the 22-yard line.
Playing a lot better defense right now.
Great play turned in by Moore. Davon Moore making that play.
Moore was holding the blocker like he's supposed to. He jumped to the inside. I was a little concerned about that. But when he jumped to the inside, he got a hand on the quarterback.
You were perplexed.
I was a little worried. When you jump to the inside and you're the edge player, that kind of gets you in trouble sometimes. But he had the quickness and the athletic skills to get away with it. Daggone it, good for him.
Cameron comes back into the ball game. You got Trigg in there as well, and DeKel Crowdis is in there. 3rd and long.
Playing off those receivers again. Quite a bit.
Bean back to pass. Bean steps up, rolls right. Bean, line of scrimmage and more. 15, tucks at 10. Bean to 5, and it gets out of bounds. Close to the first down marker. Nice heads-up run there by, they keep calling him Tay Bean, Montavian Bean, the quarterback for Frederick Douglass, who's on top 14-6.
Yeah, they had to try to keep him in the pocket, and they let him get outside. Defenders let him get outside, and they gave him a first down right there.
He got right to that chain. That's a kid knowing where the first down marker is.
Right, and he got out of bounds right at the right place. Perfect.
So 1st and goal now at the 5 on the nice 15-yard jaunt with Gay in there now for Harkless to give him a breather. Bean gives to Gay back inside. Gay hit, bounces back, pulled down from behind, but drags the tackler down close to the goal line. What a job by Gay.
Defender's doing a better job, Gary, of powering up the middle right now. But Gay did a real good job. Like you said, he kind of hit in there and then bounced to the outside. He got tackled from behind.
This time the Broncos are going to go with Harkless and Gay as they bring low out. So obviously with your top receiver out, you're going to run the ball. At least you're kind of playing your hand here if you're a poker player. And they do give to Harkless, and he's going to get in for the touchdown. Harkless with his 6th touchdown of the season, and that puts the Broncos up 20-6 with 7:30 to go in the third quarter here at the Farm at Frederick Douglass High School. Beautiful facility here. We're loving this place, Coach.
Absolutely, and that was a drive that took about half the quarter. It was a nice job. Beautiful facility, great field. Actually, let's be honest here, all the fields are nice here. All the fields are really, really good here in Fayette County. I think Lexington Christian is the last field, Gary, that has a grass field. All the other ones are this turf. This turf. Nice job.
The kick is up, the extra point, and it is good. So 21-6, Douglas on the Harkless touchdown run. 7:30 to go here on the Mingy Beef Jerky scoreboard. We'll be back on the White Greer Maggard High School football game of the week. Bryan Station will take over.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S Sports. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall and allsportslex.com, locally owned and operated since 1972.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Over 30,000 Kentuckians are saving time and money by doing their banking online with Whitaker Electronic Banking.
341,000 transactions were made on the go last year using the Whitaker Bank mobile app.
Over 340,000 text alerts were sent last year with Whitaker Bank text banking.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
Are you a Kentucky?
I don't know if they're Scott County good, but they're pretty good.
They're not Scott County.
Welcome back, Gary Ball. We're just trying to compare teams to the Scott County Big Red Machine Cardinal. And I don't know, Coach. Some good teams in Lexington, but they still got to go through that Big Red Machine, don't they?
Big Red Machine running that wing T that's perfected.
Yeah. Here's the return out to the 20, and he's got the 30, and he's cutting it in there, and 33-yard line on the return there by Jalen Burbage.
Good.
Well, Burbage nearly popped that one.
I thought he was going to, actually. He got tackled right there at the end. The last man to get him was the last man that could have.
So we're understanding that our big fella, Benton, getting some love nationally, isn't he, William? Benton getting some national people calling about Benton, wanting to know, and he hasn't committed anywhere. He didn't play last year.
It's pretty amazing. That was one of our favorite plays of the years gone by. I
remember him punting earlier this year, so that was this year we saw him punting, not last year. Coach Harmon, who talked to you, he was over at Station last year.
Right, yeah.
Assistant principal or dean of students or something like that.
Well, I'll tell you what, his explanation of how they run this school over here is, I'm going to have to come over here and take a little tour and see this for myself.
I'm sure he invited you over.
He did, yes.
33-yard line. Mike's a great guy. We love Mike Harmon. So Burbage had the nice return under center. Back to pass. Here comes pressure. Burbage eludes it, sets and throws. He's got a receiver down there. Can he turn around incomplete?
Yeah, that might have been a little too off.
He had Kendrick Curry down there.
But I'll tell you what, there's a penalty on this. No, there isn't. I thought there was. Jalen Burbage is just there's way too much pressure on him, Gary. He's trying to get out of the pocket. That time he spun out, got away from the tacklers, but he has to throw on the run because they're all over him.
He had Curry down there at about the 40, Kendrick Curry, but he could not come up with the catch. He kind of spun his body around, Coach.
He did.
Kind of confused on which way the ball was coming, I think. Might have lost in the lights.
That's possible.
But tell you what, this facility looks great in 1080p, doesn't it, William Warfield? Our producer, King of Stream. Second down. Burbage, second man through, and that's going to be Smith. And boy, he's driving that pow! And close to the first down marker. What a great effort. Stations Antoine King of Stream, second down.
AJ's driving his legs, getting a little help with some linemen, and I tell you what, he got down there for a first down. That's pretty cool. They're running two tights. and 2 wings, wide out flank.
Close to the first down marker. What
There's
a
a
great
one-back backfield, and they're just trying to block those guys and break that line of scrimmage, and it's tough. But it leaves the opportunity to throw the little outs to the tight end if they can, and the tight end is?
The tight end is always open. Throw him the football. C.J. Conrad, always open.
There it is again, 2 tights, 2 wings.
First down at the 43 for the defenders, 6:36 in the third. Here's a pass down the middle, and it is going to be caught down to the 35. He bobbled it, then he pulled it back into his body. That's a great effort there. And Knight's Shamar Rich, boy, he bobbled it, then he said, no, I'm not dropping this ball. I'm pulling it back in, and he did. And it was a nice stop there by Bybee making the tackle.
This is a pretty good coaching idea they're doing here. They're running these 2 tight ends, but they're using receivers inside.
Exactly.
And these guys can get down the field pretty quickly.
They got quick, yeah. When you got quicks, you can do that. When you got speed. Here's the handoff again to the running back Smith. And he gets very little yardage back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it.
Got to block those guys.
Sure
I'll tell
do.
you what, and they're tough inside. They're really tough inside.
The Mingy Beef Jerky scoreboard show. Mingy Beef Jerky scoreboard, 21-6 is the score for Frederick Douglass High School, the brand new high school here. Gary Ball, Coach Mike Meehan, William Warfield. And thanks to Curtis Smackey for helping us with our scoreboard control. We'll have that in action next week. Second down here. We got the McDonald's Bluegrass area. McDonald's coming up, star of the game, and there's a catch down inside the 30. Nice catch made there by Terrence Clayton Murphy.
I've been bragging a lot about the defensive line for the Frederick Douglass, and that's Jeff Poe, who's a defensive line coach.
Yeah,
and you had him on your show.
Absolutely right. He's the coach that came in this week on the Scholastic Ball Report. Coach Poe came in with the outstanding receiver, and the big man Dayton LeBlanc came in, and Trigg, he was in the studio. Those guys did a great job, Coach. That's on the Scholastic Ball Report Sunday.
There's nobody over the slot back.
Third down, Burbage steps up, and he's tackled back at the 33. It's going to be 4th and 7. They're in 4-down territory there, but you would rather have a 4th and about maybe 2 rather than a 4th and 7.
Again, let me tell you what they're doing. At that time, they forgot they tried to cover the slot back, who was out about 8 yards with an outside linebacker at the last minute. And if they could have had an automatic on that or a hot call and just get the ball to him quick, they could have got the first down. The Douglas is showing a little slippage.
Why did the clock stop?
I have no idea.
They stopped the clock for about 20 seconds. Don't know why. 4th down and 7. There was no timeout call, is what I'm saying. 4th down and 7. Burbage back to pass. Burbage steps up, and he is going to be tackled at the line of scrimmage. It's going to turn the ball over to Douglas.
You know, you got to pull the trigger. You have to pull the trigger, Jalen. You know, you're not going to run against this defense like that. They're not going to let you run the middle. They're just too quick and too good at sure tacklers.
Scott made that stop, Trajan Scott, for Douglas. So Station moved the ball down to the 33, and things were looking pretty good. And then that defense really pinned its ears back for Douglas, Coach, and went after the quarterback. Burbage sacked him twice.
Yeah.
Now it's first down for the Broncos at their own 32-yard line. 5 minutes, 14 seconds, and the Mingy Beef Jerky scoreboard is 21-6. Douglas on top of Bryan Station. West Jess leading Marion County 28-0. That's in the third quarter. Handoff, Harkless. Harkless 35. Yeah, I'm game. So West plays Mercer next week. Who's Lex Cat playing? Yeah, because they got Rondell Robinson. They have Rondell Robinson, one of the best running backs in the state. Western Hills does. UK.
Second about 7.
Yes, sir. Second down at the 35.5-yard line, 4:39. Here's Bean throwing over the middle, caught up to the 45, trying to battle his way up near midfield, and first down to the 48-yard line.
Nice job. Bean's doing a really nice job on those quick passes on the outside and the curls on the inside, and the little curl or a little digger out there. really nice job. I'm impressed with him. He's sitting back in the pocket, getting good release on the ball.
Hayden Hunt made another nice catch, number 8. He did a nice job after he caught that football too, Coach Meehan. He really made good positive yards upfield. First down to the 49 for Bean. Harkless to his left, gives to Jefferson. Harkless, and he is to midfield and down to the 49 of Bryan Station.
Bryan Station is playing a little better defense right now. They are, but they're allowing those first down passes, those little curls underneath, and they've kind of put a stop to that. But again, they're playing a little bit better. They're more enthused, a little bit more confidence. I just think that it's just too much Frederick Douglass, too much Bronco offensive line.
3 minutes and 42 seconds in the third. And Douglas leads 21-6, and they are in Bryan Station territory. High snap, Bean gets it, pulls it left, fires, throws, and caught out there and down to the 41-yard line on a nice catch and run down there by Thomas.
I think it's short of the first down. It should be 3rd and short here. I'm expecting another dose of Jefferson Harkless here.
Yeah, Thomas made a nice catch and run there. 3rd down on about a yard. They've got to get to the 41 for a first down. So they need about a yard and a half for 3 minutes and 8 seconds in the third quarter. Frederick Douglass, nice facility out here in the farm. They're 4-1. They lost their first game. They haven't lost since, this Douglass team. Hand off to Gay. He's got the first down and more. Gay still grinding down to the 30-yard line, and another first down for Gay.
Yeah, they break the line of scrimmage and just get those extra yardage.
Got a player down and shaken up for Frederick Douglass. Looks like big number 51.
Injury timeout.
Looks like Scott, possibly.
Yeah. Taywan Scott.
Yeah, injury with 2:48 in the third period. You know, we haven't seen the good running back Jones for Station here. They've been running, of course, the backup running back Smith, but I don't think we're going to see Jones anymore in this game. He had a leg injury in the first half that looked a lot worse, but he did walk off the field on his own power.
Yeah, that was that looked bad at first, but I guess he's okay. As far as Scott goes, it looks like they're working on his ankle.
He's going to get up and he's going to be okay as well. He's going to hobble off though. Not going to put a whole lot of weight on that ankle. Helped off by the athletic trainers.
Yeah, they brought a couple players up, I think, to help him. I think that one young lady trainer is trying to carry him off the field.
I tell you, looks like a player, a football player. He's big number 75. His name is Jake O'Buck. He's 6'3", 270, and a sophomore. Coach, he is going to be a stud here at Douglass. I mean, he just looks like a football player to me.
When you have sophomores that have that kind of size and are playing that well, yeah, that bodes really well for your future.
We'll get you some other scores as well. We told you about West leading big on Marion.
I got 2 of them in the top right now, of top tweets at SportsCenter.
Yep. And to the 23 on that pass completion to Micah Lowe. So Lowe getting back in the scheme of things, Coach, with the catch there by Lowe. Had 2 touchdown catches in the first half and nearly had 3.
Good, excellent catch, good throw again. Tay Bean is doing a really good job of getting a quick release on the football, throwing those little short passes.
It's Montavian. I know, but it is Tay. You're right.
Well, we'll go with the nickname.
We'll go with Tay. That's what he likes to be called. Okay, Tay. In the game now, coming out there at receiver is one of the backups. That's Jacob Kinney, wide receiver junior, out there now. He's split way out to the top. You have Crowdis to the bottom, along with Trigg. And looks like our man Lowe's a slot to the left. Bean rolling left, looking back to the left, rolling right. Here's a flag. That's going to be holding. Throws it out of bounds, and that's going to come back anyway on that 2nd and 5. Now it's going to be 2nd and about 15.
Right, they're going to back that up for a hold. You're right. Good call on that one, Gary. And, again, when he scrambles to the outside, and offensive linemen have a tendency – they don't know where the quarterback is back there. And if he's supposed to be in the pocket, but instead he scrambles, you know, they have a tendency to get an arm out or a hand out and grab. And that happens in all phases, in high school, college, and pro.
It sure does. And, Coach, this is the only political thing I'm going to say about this. And I understand, I get it. America's a free country. But you know what? When you're making millions of dollars and you're living in the United States of America, you need to stand up and salute the flag and stand for the daggone national anthem. I agree with Jerry Jones. If you can't stand up and if you can't salute the flag and sing and work and stand up for the national anthem, get off the team.
Yeah, you spend a lot of time as a young person playing football and respecting the United States of America.
Yeah.
It's tough. They're role models for these kids.
Absolutely. Touchback fires down the right side, and he's got a receiver down off the fingertips. That would have been another Sports Center, William Moorfield. What a great effort by DeKel Crowdis.
Crowdis really did a nice job of diving for that ball, Gary, but it was just a little bit overthrown.
Right off the fingertips.
It was just a little
if he had the manicured his nails down tonight and, and everything.
Here we go.
Might have had that one.
Yeah, well.
But he got what's that called, a manicure?
You can call it whatever you want to. It was an overthrown pass.
Well, I tell you what, it was a well-thrown pass from up here. So now you've got 3rd and 18 for the Broncos. Station needs a stop here, down 21-6. And that's going to be a flag. Now it's going to be 3rd and 23. And the Whitecap's been busy in this half so far.
He has. I think they got number 70. I think they did, offensive lineman for jumping.
That's
that
the
time.
big center, sophomore Lonnie Collins.
Yeah, I think he hitched the ball maybe or something.
The only commit we know about is LeBlanc has committed to North Texas to be right tackle and defensive tackle. He's committed to North Texas to play his college football. It's the only one we know about for Douglas. But, of course, a lot of them like Lowe and Bean and those guys and so forth, they're underclassmen. Crowdis is a freshman. There's a throw over the middle on the screen, incomplete, trying to go to DeKel Crowdis.
Trying to go to DeKel Crowdis, and they had the big number 74 downfield blocking for him.
Incomplete. Brings up 4th down, and the orange-clad Broncos, who are 4-1 coming in, haven't lost since their opening game that Darren Douglas called, by the way. He called that opening game over in Danville, right?
Yeah.
He called that, and they haven't lost since that game. So they don't want you to call any more games, Darren. I'm just kidding with you.
Gary, I said they had big number 74 down the field blocking for that screen. Yeah, he was blocking too far down the field for that screen. They actually called ineligible receiver downfield against big number 74.
Halftime score, Trinity leading St. X, who's a good X team this year, 14-0. Obviously, Trinity's pretty good, Coach. Trinity's always good.
Yeah, they're always good.
We've seen them a number of times. I'll never forget the game I did on radio back in probably 10 years ago, the playoff game. And Coach Hall was sitting next to me in the press box at Dunbar. Trinity came in. They got off their buses. They came down the field. Coach Hall turned to me, deadpan. Coach, you know what he said?
What?
Gary, I didn't know Dunbar was playing Michigan State tonight.
No.
Here is the punt to the near side because of the jersey colors. And it's going to be bobbled around and finally scooped up there by Station. But, because their uniforms are green and white, they look so much like Michigan State. And they had some big guys.
They had some big guys.
And they dressed about 100 players.
I remember we did a couple games down in Papa John's.
Yes, sir. We did the Trinity St. X game one year, remember?
Right, we did. And that's when they had what was the receiver's name that was so good? He plays at Louisville.
He played at the name's escaping me right now, Coach.
Man, they were good. I walked out on the field after that game, and the players were standing around. I thought it was a high school team, and I thought I was standing in the midst of a Division I college team.
Like when you and I walked to the Trinity Stadium several years ago when Henry Clay played there, remember?
Yeah, to their locker room.
To get Coach Beatty.
And
to the big Benton. Benton rumbling, tumbling to the 37, tumbling his way to Sports Center. Christian Benton. I bet that fumble recovery makes Sports Center tonight, folks. You might want to tune into Sports Center tonight. Or you can go to PrepSpin and see it. It happened back in the first half. We replayed it a couple of times. That was in the second quarter. Benton had a 90-yard fumble recovery. The only touchdown Station scored. He's in the middle now, and he's going to be upended, knocked backwards. No gain on that one.
They have a right idea about driving the football, but they just can't get that T block on the line of scrimmage.
How do they get the big guy down like that?
Mike Fogle did a nice job, and I didn't like the way he came back to the huddle very well. Mike Fogle kind of, I don't know what that was, like a chicken walk or something, but he made a nice tackle.
Hey, William, if you get a chance, go focus down here on the sideline. They have 2 platoons. They have their offensive team looking at a film, looking at the videos on the sideline.
They got that. Lafayette did that last year, remember? Pass right side off the shoulder pad, incomplete. Here's a late flag coming down. The intended receiver was Shamar Rich, and there's a flag down on the play. That might be interference.
Yeah, high school football's come a long way when you have a big screen TV on the sideline and a team can watch the film, watch the screen and see what their mistakes are. I didn't even think that was legal.
Yeah, they did it last year at Lafayette. Remember they had the big TV down at Lafayette last year and they did that?
Now, here's what I wonder. Here's what I wonder, Gary.
Yes,
you
sir.
explain this to me, and maybe you can contact your people at KHSAA about this. Normally, when one team has an advantage, the other team has to have that advantage too.
Mm-hmm.
The basic rules of high school football, like if Bryan Station's headset would go out, then the Frederick Douglass wouldn't be able to use theirs.
Yeah. Well, nobody's stopping Station from getting a TV on their side.
Maybe, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, it's obviously legal.
Yeah.
So, intended for Rich. By the way, we're down to the last play of this third quarter. And, Coach, this has been a well-played football game. Station could have been blown out, and then the fumble through the back of the end zone in the second quarter by Lowe that would have made it 21-0. The touchback for Station, the 90-yard fumble recovery by Christian Benton will probably make SportsCenter tonight. And then it was 14-6. Station's been in this football game.
Well, you know what it seems like? It seems like when you're watching a basketball game and somebody gets a rebound and puts it up on the other team's goal.
Right.
It seems like they're giving each other the advantages, the breaks.
Yeah. Second down for Burbage. Jalen Burbage, the junior quarterback. Fakes. Burbage follows a block. Burbage to the 45. Burbage still on his feet, leaping down near the first down marker to the 40-yard line. He may have it. I think he does with that second effort.
I think so, too.
Great
He's right
job
on
by
the line
Burbage.
now. They may have to measure this.
Now, that number one that time, I got to go ahead and say it, Coach, he looked like Cornell Burbage on that run.
He looked like Cornell. His brother Steve played quarterback back in the day at Bryan Station.
That's right.
And Randall played quarterback back in the day.
There were a lot of Burbages. Man, there was as many Burbages at Station as Gadulis at Fort Thomas Highlands.
Yeah, I believe you're right.
So we're heading to the final quarter, and it's a good one, folks. Frederick Douglass looking for their 5th win, the new high school. They lead Bryan Station 21-6 here on the Mingy Beef Jerky scoreboard and the White Greer Maggard High School Football Game of the Week.
Are you a Kentucky high school sports fan? Do you know where to find the latest news and information on your team, your competition, and high school sports action across the state? Join the fun and excitement at bluegrasspreps.com. You can support your favorite team, test your sports knowledge, and share news and views at bluegrasspreps.com for all the latest on Kentucky high school sports, other sports, and a whole world of lively discussion. Get on board at bluegrasspreps.com.
My tax refund usually helps me out, but this year it was much lower than what it was supposed to be. This isn't enough to get me caught up. What am I supposed to do?
Is this happening to you? We're Atkinson, Sims, and Kermode.
Bankruptcy could be your best solution.
We're here to give you a fresh financial start.
Say no to debt. Get your bankruptcy started for as little as $78 today. The consultation is free in Lexington and now in London.
First down for the defenders. They give to Benton, and Big Benton running left side has his legs cut out from under him, making a nice play is Bybee over there, the sophomore. So Benton picks up about 3. We're in the fourth quarter. Mingy Beef Jerky scoreboard is 21-6. Frederick Douglass on top of Station.
You're playing defense for, let's say, Boone County High School, and Big Benton's coming through there. Would you tackle his legs too?
I'd tell Sean Alexander, go get him, Sean. Sean will go get him. Second down.
That's the old Boone County.
Yeah, that's the old Boone County. I don't know what's happened to my Rebels. I'm always going to call them the Rebels, by the way.
Yeah, they should be.
11:18 to play. 21-6. Second down and 8 for the defenders of Bryan Station. The defenders of the station.
They are.
Second down and 8. Let's see what Burbage has for us here. He's got a full house backfield. There was movement, no call. And Burbage rolling right, getting pressure. Burbage rolling, being chased. Burbage sets, throws downfield. The receiver's open, intercepted. He couldn't get it over the defensive back there, who was there.
Got to live another day, Jalen. Throw the ball out of bounds. Live another day, buddy.
If he gets out over that defensive back, that's a touchdown.
Yeah, but that's a tough throw on the run with somebody bearing down on
Who
him.
picked that one off, William? Give me a number on that young man. Number 7 picked it off, and that is no other than Theo Z. Overton. Overton with the pick.
Overton with the pick. He was in front of the receiver. The receiver got behind him again, but very difficult throw to make. That would have been one you could eat.
So if you're Douglas, you're up 21-6, Coach Meehan. You run some clock here, and you get out of the farm with a 5-1 record.
Yep, and I think you can run the clock with this crew. They can pound that ball.
Bean, Harkless inside. Harkless hit and stacked up there by a good station defense. And I will tell you right now about Douglas's schedule. After this game, Douglas, next Friday night, folks, listen to this game. Douglas is at Scott County High School next Friday night.
Well, that's going to be a good one. That'll be a war.
7:30 kickoff. Yeah, that we've already said we're either going to do Mercer and West, or who was the other option?
Mercer and West. I'm going to reach out to West and see if we can do it, but I think our official game was on Thursday this coming week.
That's right. Because it was Creek, Madison. Yeah, Central Creek. Got to be a good game. Thursday night football, Coach, next week. Thursday night football. Here's Bean firing, and it's knocked down, nearly picked off.
Well,
Goodness.
That would have been a
trying to go to Kennedy Cameron, and if they picked that one off, this is a new football game. Ball was knocked down by the big defensive lineman. 10:07 to play. Frederick Douglass High School 21, Lexington Bryan Station 6, with the coach, the old ball coach, Mike Meehan, Gary Ball, and with the king of stream, William Warfield.
We're having a lot of fun, guys.
Best in the business.
This has turned out to be a pretty fun football game.
It has. I thought it was going to be a blowout when it was set 14-0, almost 21-0, but Station's hung in there. Bean sets, throws, caught, and it's caught by who else? Hayden Hunt. Hunt's had some big catches.
Made a nice catch, got his feet in bounds. All you need in high school is 1 foot, but he got both feet in bounds.
I'll tell you, Hunt's been steady tonight receiving the football. So this Douglas team has got probably their biggest game of the year next Friday night when they play up at Georgetown College Toyota Stadium. What is it? 76-28. LCA 76-28, Coach. That's a scoring machine led by Logan Nevis, the quarterback. Dylan Wheatley, who got an offer. Did you hear about the offer? Dylan Wheatley was offered. He's got a college offer after him now. Here's the handoff to the 27, still on his feet, to the 30-yard line. Great effort there by
a lot of times you'll see it at this time of the game, the running back's going to get a little extra yardage after being hit because the defense is trying to pull the ball out of his hand rather than bring him down.
Well, that's where we've seen a couple of fumbles in this game as well. The guy trying to make extra yardage.
You know, we talked about Benton's long fumble recovery, Gary, but what about the fumble down there that was fumbled twice and then picked up?
Here's some other scores. Christian County. Looking at this one, Lafayette beat Dunbar 44-0. Butler beat Manual 19-13. But how about that Lafayette score? Right side, first down, and it's going to be a first down for completion again. Malik Trigg with the catch and the first down.
Now, Lafayette, Gary, was predicted to do better this year, but they had an injury to a quarterback, correct?
Yes. DeAndre Newcomb, their star quarterback. They were playing Scott County nip and tuck right down to the wire. He ran one in on a scramble, broke his ankle.
That might have been a change in there.
Out for the season.
Yes.
At least we think. Might be back in the playoffs, I guess, because it came so early in the year. Here's a quick toss to Harkless. Harkless 40, Harkless 45, Harkless first down up to the 48-yard line. They are running clock, though, like we predicted, that they would put that ball on the ground, run some clock. It's down to 8:42 to go in this game, and Douglas leads 21-6 here over Lexington Bryan Station. Been a long year for the defenders so far, Coach.
It's been a long year for several teams in the city this year.
Yeah, Dunbar's hasn't won a game, and they haven't scored a whole lot of points.
Yeah, oh boy, I don't want to.
I know.
I could editorialize a little bit about the Dunbar problem, but I'm not going to do it.
That's your
I love that school, and I feel really bad for them.
You started the football program there, and you did a tremendous job. First down, Harkless handoff again, midfield. Harkless breaking. No, he can't break that tackle at midfield. Thought he was going to break it, but that's just a super tackle there.
They're doing a really good job. Jeffrey Black, who is the offensive tackle, on that side for Frederick Douglass, pulled and led that play, and he did a good job of getting out in front of that. Good quick feet. I'm impressed.
Beat Wayne County in that game over at Central.
You got a little short back look, a little tight wing.
Second down. Here's the quarterback pressure, and Bean rolls and eludes it, and he is putting on his best Watts imitation to the 40. Here goes Bean. He's to the far side, being chased, 30, and run out of bounds at the 28-yard line. What a nice run. He ran about 50 and picked up about 20.
Yeah, and his only mistake was going out of bounds.
Yeah.
Inbounds, let that clock run.
Yep.
But that was a really good job. That little quick spin he did right there to avoid it, I'm going to give that one to Coach Franklin down there. Because that's a drill that you do in practice with your quarterbacks every single day. Is how to avoid that rush.
Well, that drill worked that time.
It did, and that's exactly the way you run it.
7:35 to play. As Coach Meehan said, he got out of bounds. The only mistake he made on that nice run by Bean. A Sharpie? Yes. They're wanting to borrow a Sharpie, Coach. You got a Sharpie?
No, I don't have anything.
You know what? I may have one. Can you let us call the game and give us a minute? I'll get you a Sharpie, all right?
Good grief.
Coach, they're wanting a Sharpie. You know, I may have one.
Well, we've got students come up in here asking for a Sharpie.
Well, let's call this third down. Bean back, fires down the right side, running down, incomplete.
Threw it out of bounds. A little bit too far, a little bit too outside. So pretty good job, though, by on the coverage that time. Bean just reared up and throw the football. They're trying for the home run here. I think they really do a better job just sticking to the ground and pounding the football. But I understand you got to get some looks out of your quarterback. And
Coming up after the game, guys, William, we got to be naming our Bluegrass area McDonald's star of the game,
Benton.
Right? Benton already he plays for Station, Coach.
I don't care.
I'd have to go with either Bean or Harkless, or maybe here's a fire wide open. Cameron, 5, touchdown. Kennedy Cameron, the tight end, he's always open.
He's always open. That's a nice job. Really nice throw again. Nice strike down the middle.
Cameron was wide open. I mean, nobody within 5 yards of him, Coach.
Yeah, and again, that was a really good throw. When you throw that seam to the tight end, you zip it right behind the linebacker's ear. Try to get it in there quick. You don't lead him. You zip it to him, and that's what he did. Tay Bean, a nice throw.
Great touchdown. That's his third touchdown tonight. Cameron's first. Here's the extra point coming from Ligab. It's up, and it is no good. Some other scores: Belfry over Floyd Central, 53-0. Cal out of Love over Meade County, 26-7. Frankfort over Shawnee, 64-7. Somerset leading Raceland, 9-7. Third, we're going to take a look at that last touchdown to the tight end, Kennedy Cameron. Here's Bean waiting, biding his time. Wide open as Cameron hits him at about the 12, and then he takes it in for the touchdown. 7:20 to play, folks. Douglas looking to go 5-1 here on the Mingy Beef Jerky scoreboard here on the White Greer Maggard High School football game of the week at the farm at Douglas High School.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
There are 50 Whitaker Bank locations serving Kentucky communities just like mine.
61 Whitaker Bank ATMs throughout Kentucky make getting quick access to cash easy.
Whitaker Bank staff serves the needs of nearly 70,000 Kentucky customers every day.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
What's your starting five? How about this one? Mild, hot, Cajun, barbecue, and teriyaki. It's the flavors of Mingy Beef Jerky, each one handmade from Ronnie Mingy's all-natural recipe using top-quality beef. That's what makes Mingy Beef Jerky.
Penalty. Welcome back, and we had a penalty there. 7:20 to go in this one, and Douglas has kind of blown it open a little bit. It was only 14-6 at halftime, so they've outscored Station 13-0 here in the second half, Coach, and they now lead 27-6. We got to be thinking about that. McDonald's, Bluegrass area McDonald's star of the game coming up. We got a nice plaque to present to the young man, and we got to be really starting to think about that as we get close into this football game.
Yeah, we'd like to get that player up here if we could to talk to him.
Yeah.
Although this is a long way to go to get it.
Maybe we get the PA guy to announce it, that if he'd come up to the box and talk to us. Yep. We're leaning toward either Bean or Harkless right now. Is that right, Coach?
Yes.
Because Bean has 3 touchdown passes. Here's the kick. taken in and up to the 15-20, up to the 30, 35. A nice return there.
Nice job.
Nice job on the return. And that might have been Burbage again. He's been the primary guy tonight on those returns. And, yeah, that was Burbage, number 1 again.
They're kicking to him, and he's returning. And
he's returned every one of them.
Showing a lot of courage, just busting it right up the middle. Nice job.
Takes that one to the 35. Nice return by Jalen Burbage, the quarterback. That's kind of interesting, though, that your starting quarterback would be your return man back there returning kicks, though, Coach.
Well, if he's your best return man, he's your best return man.
Then he's your best return man. Put him back there.
That's right.
And he is pretty good.
Right.
27-6, Broncos leading the defenders. Gary Ball, Coach Mike Meehan, William Warfield. Join us next Friday night for another big Mingy Beef Jerky scoreboard and White Greer Maggard game of the week. 1st and 10 for the defenders.
We got a player coming in late.
If ever a team needed a quick score right now, it's the Bryan Station defenders. At their own 35-yard line, Lowe's Burbage picks it up. Quick throw out to the left side, 40, and running hard up to the 42-yard line.
That was a really good play. That was a really good throw. It was a low snap. He scooped it up on the ground like a shortstop.
Yep.
And what we call grip and rip. He didn't even look for the seams on the football. He just gripped the ball and threw it, and got a nice throw out there.
And Clayton Murphy did a nice job after he caught it, picked up 6 yards, so that brings up 2nd and 4. Shout out to Bluegrass Preps, Rob Bacigalupo. This Douglas team cracked that Bluegrass Preps 6A poll this week. 2nd down and 4. They're going to move to 5 and 1. Burbage throws it deep down. He's got a receiver down there, and he can't run under it. That was a touchdown.
It was a touchdown. Had the defensive back beat by a good 5 yards. Just overthrew him a little bit.
That was Rich, Shamar Rich. That brings up 3rd down. Yeah, Rich was down there. Burbage threw a nice ball, but he overshot. His long balls tonight have all been leading the receiver just a little bit too much. 6:28 to play in this one.
You know, we talk a lot about personalities. Teams have to, offenses especially, have to develop a personality. Bryan Station hasn't found their personality yet.
3rd down, Burbage. Quick pass caught, but short of the 1st down. Very close. Caught on the far side of the field. Rich with another catch. The senior.
I'm sorry, Gary. I stepped on your toes there. 4th and very short.
Tackle was made by Thomas. 6 minutes to play in this game, and Douglas up 27-6 by 3 scores, and they're looking to go to 5 and 1 on the season, and they play Scott County next Friday night over in Georgetown.
That's a test.
Yes. Here's the keeper by Burbage, and he's got the 1st down with the 2nd effort by plenty. And the thing about it, Scott County's sitting there 2 losses, but to Cincinnati Moeller and to LaSalle, and Cincinnati LaSalle is, I think, number 1 in the state in Ohio in that big division class, Division 1. And Moeller, of course, everybody knows about the Moeller Crusaders and what Jerry Faust did there back before he got the Notre Dame job, but that's a powerhouse as well.
Yeah, that's a powerhouse every year.
1st down. Nice run there by Burbage. Good effort. Needed 1, got 2. Burbage back to pass. Steps up. Here comes pressure backside. Being chased by LeBlanc, and he tucks it. Runs out. A nice run there by Burbage down to the 48-yard line. He picks up about 5, maybe 6 yards there. Nice run, and he got out of bounds to stop the clock with 5:17 to play.
That's good. That was a good play because there's no sense in trying to force the ball down the field on a play like that. You've got a good gain and just get out of bounds. Nice job, Jalen.
Coming up Sunday at noon, Coach, a Scholastic Ball Report. Douglas is the team of the week. You'll see them on there. Coach Poe, defensive line coach, does a great job with 3 of his outstanding seniors. The scholar athletes from Motto High School, 2 young men that are just incredible. Wait till you see those 2 young men talk and discuss. And then the feature is on Rondell Robinson, one of the best backs in the state from Frankfort West, from Western Hills over in Frankfort.
I'd love to watch them play.
2nd down and 4 for Burbage. Twin receivers to the top. They shift a little bit. Burbage looking that way. Now fires left, and it is broken up on a nice play. Turned in. Nice job there, knocking that away, and that was 33, and that's Devin Neal.
Yeah, Devin Neal was right on that ball. Johnny on the spot, knocked the ball away.
You know, if he broke on that just a tad quicker, that would have been a pick six.
Yeah, it could have been. And if the receiver were to come back to the ball, it might have been a completion.
Yes, sir. Good point.
So that's a tough one.
We got roughing the passer, and that's going to be huge. I didn't even see a flag, Coach. We were looking at the play, but that roughing the passer is going to be a 15-yarder, and that's going to take it down to the 33-yard line. You know what, Coach? I'm going to go ahead and say it. Even though it's 27-6, they're down 3 scores. If they could get a score here on an onside kick, make it interesting.
Well, I think, again, whether you win or lose the football game, you're right. You need confidence.
The effort.
Bryan State, I don't know who they have next, but they need confidence going into the next football game. And they start to develop it, and then they make a mistake and blow it up. So I don't know. They just got to come up with their own personality.
Back to pass. Fires it down, Burbage. Good throw out
That's
there.
A penalty.
And it's going to be incomplete. Did you see a flag?
Yeah,
Coach?
no, but your buddy should have called one there. Your buddy, the back judge, because that defensive player had a hold of the jersey of the offensive receiver.
Station, it doesn't get any easier. Bryan Station's in Louisville to take on Mail next Friday night.
Oh, gosh.
Louisville Mail, one of the top teams in the 6. I think they're 3rd in the state in the latest poll.
I was hoping they'd get a little break next week, but that's just the opposite. That's a tough one right there.
West Jets goes to 5-2, 35-12 over Marion County. So how about West Jets 5-2 on the season? They got Mercer County next Friday. Is that at Mercer or at West? At West. 5:04 to go. What's that? Yes, sir. Light it up in HD, the King said. King of Stream. Burbage, and he is going to be sacked by who else? The North Texas commit, Dayton LeBlanc. No, it said Jewett.
Jewett got a hold
Frederick
of his,
made the play. Yeah, so
Jewett reached out with one hand and got a hold of his jersey.
Thought it was 55. It was 15.
Yeah, he got it. He reached over and grabbed his jersey right from behind and made it really quick, really good tackle.
3rd down in forever, half of the farm.
Going backwards again.
So 4 minutes and 30 seconds to play. Station down 27-6. I like this Douglas football team, though. I agree with you, Coach. I think their defense is a little bit ahead of their offense right now.
I think so.
Although their offense is pretty good. Here's Burbage, a little screen over the middle, incomplete. Drops a little bubble screen. That goes incomplete.
What is it, 4th down?
4th down.
You know what it is? It's 4th and Rafferty's right now.
Yes, sir, it is.
They got a long way to go.
Hey, thanks to the folks here at Douglas for the hospitality that set up Gary McPeak. They had Raising Cane's up here in the box and chicken and Jersey Mike's sandwiches and drinks and stuff. I tell you what, they took care of us, didn't they, William?
I liked it. It was nice. It was good to come up here and plenty of water. They brought extra water in.
Yeah, we appreciate guys and all the folks here at Frederick Douglass High School. Lester Diaz, the principal. 4th down and forever. Burbage looking, throws it deep down the left side, and it is going to be, did he catch it? And let's see what they ruled there. It's going to be, officials are going to say intercepted. Intercepted.
Well, any other time in the game, that would be fine. That would be a good punt, But not now, not with 4 minutes to go in the football game.
Now Douglas can just run that last 4 minutes out, Coach, and get into victory formation here in a couple of minutes. Only 4 minutes, 6 seconds, and they lead 27-6 over Bryan Station. I thought, the recovery by Benton, the 90-yard fumble recovery that he took in, got them back in the game. But their offense has really been a couple of missed opportunities on the long passes, Coach, and a couple of drops. But Station showed me some good signs tonight.
Yeah,
I saw some good things.
Yeah, and again, it's just too bad they're going into a game next week that's going to be maybe their toughest game of the year as far as an opponent goes.
With apologies to this team, Douglas.
Yeah, but they are. Let's see, Mail's just a tough football team.
Well, and Douglas goes to Scott County next Friday.
Yeah, both of them have tough games next week.
Yeah, maybe looking ahead a little bit.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I think Douglas they're a really good football team. But I'm still looking for Bryan Station to find themselves sometime this year.
Bean hands off, and that's going to be Gay. And he takes it up to about the 10, pick up of about 6. So Gay, the senior running back, he and Harkless are interchangeable. Sometimes, Coach, they have Harkless and Gay in there at the same time, but usually they give Harkless a break with Gay, and Gay's a hard runner. Picked up 6 on that run.
Yeah, he is. He's an excellent runner.
Got to be thinking about our Bluegrass area McDonald's star of the game after the game. Who we like, Coach?
I like Gay. I like Bean.
Bean. You know, he's played some defense tonight as well.
Yes, he played defense, offense. He did a good job of holding on to the football.
He's looking over to let that clock run down. This time Harkless, he dances in the line, first down and more. Harkless, 15, first down, and then 16-yard line. So they'll stop the clock to move the chains for the first down. 3:16 to play. Douglas is going to go to 5-1, folks. They have not lost. This is a brand-new high school, brand-new football program. They haven't lost since August 18th when they lost their opener to Danville, Coach. They've ripped off 5 wins in a row. They've got Scott County next Friday night. Bryan Station will remain winless on the season.
Well, you know what? One of the reasons why Dunbar, don't you think, might be winless on the season is because of Harkless playing for Frederick Douglass. Harkless was a Dunbar football player.
And Bean playing for Douglas instead of at Henry Clay might be why they only have 1 or 2 wins.
And again, there are some hard feelings that occur when this happens, and it's happened before when a new school was built in this city. But you have to get over that because these kids have a right to play football for these teams.
And tonight
it's perfectly legal.
Tonight I got a final. Listen to this, okay? Final at Henry Clay. Scott County 57, the Blue Devils of Sam Simpson 28.
Henry Clay will score. They do play pretty good offense. And they've got some athletes too.
So Scott County moves to 5-2. Henry Clay drops to 2-4. Douglas and Creek, I don't know. We got to find out what happened with Creek and Danville. They were up at halftime.
Oh yeah, that's a score I'd like to know too.
Here's a keeper by Bean. Bean's still running. He's going to there's a late flag as he get out of bounds. I'm not sure why he went out. Why don't you just go down there if you're Bean and keep that clock going, Coach?
I don't know. I really don't. He's trying to protect himself, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
But still.
But if you just go down, slide down, take a slide, the clock continues to run.
Yep.
Instead of they stopped at 3:09.
Yeah, that was a late hit out of bounds against Bryan Station. So
that's exactly what it was. That's a good call, Coach. You should be an official.
Well,
Would you ever think about officiating?
No, I don't look good in striped shirts. I don't know.
You look good in that PrepSpin shirt.
Well, I like his PrepSpin shirt.
Coach Meehan, I tell you, UFOs were outstanding at halftime. And next week, of course, another great football game here on PrepSpin in 1080p. Who does? Creek up in the 24-14 over Danville.
That's a big win if they win that game.
Yeah, still a lot of time left. They got almost a whole quarter.
So
that fourth quarter just started. Creek's for real, I'm telling you, Coach. They're for real. We saw them early in the year when they won that big game early in the year, and they looked impressive. I was impressed with Warner, that running back. I was impressed with their quarterback. They had to remember that stud defensive lineman they had, made a play after play. Tate's Creek's a good football team, and, of course, one of my best friends, Jonathan Hawks, is a receivers coach over there with Antoine Sims, who I ran into Saturday at the UK-Florida game. Gay up the gut. Gay running hard. 35. Gay down to the 25-yard line. That's going to be about a 25-yard pickup. I was bragging on this kid earlier, Coach Gay, and, boy, he looked good on that one. He nearly busted that one up the middle for 50.
Okay, he did. But I'm telling you, Gary, the offensive line,
Obuck,
you can mention those names
Lewis,
again, man.
Collins, Black, LeBlanc, and tight end Cameron, who has a touchdown catch tonight. Big number 44.
Oh, they're opening up some big holes.
Sure. I like this Obuck kid. Shout out to Crown Trophy and Ryan Tyson. By the way, I got to get over there to Crown Trophy, get some ball report plaques. 2:04 to play here. Handoff up the middle, and that's going to be, I believe, Harkless, about a yard pickup.
Let's see.
That was Gay on the carry. We got some scores from finals from Darren Douglas. Collins 45-7 over Franklin. We gave the Scott County score already. Simon Kenton 22-14 over Beechwood. LCA, we gave the LCA 76-28 win. Wayne County over Rockcastle 27-0, and Nelson County 21, Henry County 20. So those are finals. Second down at the 25 for a minute 24. A lot of cars starting to file in here now. What are they doing, picking players up or something, Coach? Second down.
Picking up students.
Gay. Yeah, picking up students to the 20. They've been watching PrepSpin. They know it's late in the game. They can come pick up that little one. I'll tell you what, this is a beautiful facility here at Frederick Douglass High School, Coach. This is a great facility, great hospitality. I'm looking forward to coming back over here again. I know great press box, great setup here, everything provided. This is a place, Coach, where you feel like they want you to be here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very cooperative, too, as far as the people that are in charge here.
Had the Wi-Fi set up for William, had Wi-Fi up here in the press box, internet connectivity. I mean, that's what it's all about. If you don't want us there, tell us that. But when they want us there, we're going to be there.
I say Montavious Bean. That's my vote.
Bean.
With a minute to go in the game, and maybe we can get them to get him up here. He had a nice game. His passes
through 3 touchdown passes.
Yes, ran the ball well.
Ran well.
Yeah.
Played some defense. Made some tackles.
Played some D.
So minute 3 to go here in this one. And our McDonald's, Bluegrass area McDonald's, they're on board with us now. McDonald's picked them up a couple of weeks ago. Our McDonald's star of the game coming up on the postgame. We'll talk to the McDonald's Bluegrass area star of the game. Gary Ball, Mike Meehan, William Warfield, Darren Douglas helping us out tonight with some scores and sideline. A minute 3 to go here in regulation, and Douglas is going to go to 5-1 on the season. Take that 5-1 record into next Friday night over in Georgetown against the Big Red Machine. Here's the pitch around the left side to Gay, 20. Dances 10. Excuse me, that's not going to be. That's going to be Hunt. They give the ball to Hayden Hunt on a sweep.
And we have a face mask.
On the carry, number 8, Hayden Hunt.
And with 53 seconds, that's half the distance, right?
Yes, sir, because he was at the 10, so I'll take it to the 5, I believe. Half the distance to the goal.
Let's see.
Harkless back in with 53 seconds.
Yep, face
okay,
mask.
I know it's going to become a big city rivalry, Douglas and Station. But if I'm Douglas here, okay, I'm going into. You got first down. I'm going into victory formation and run the clock out. You don't have to do it a couple times.
Yeah,
Coach, okay, do you put the points up?
No, I do what you said.
Victory
but
formation.
That's me. Now, not all coaches are the same. So, and who's making these calls right now? Assistant coach McPeak.
Mm-hmm. Along with Coach Poe and those guys down there. Franklin, I guess, the quarterback coach.
Yeah.
They are going to do exactly what I said, folks. That's a class act there, Douglas. They're going to go into victory formation, take a knee, and run the clock out. We're going to have our Bluegrass area McDonald's star of the game coming up on the post game. Talk to him. Young man from Douglas, Montavious Bean, will join us, and that's going to do it. And, Coach, great job. And really a good high school football game, even though the score shows 27-6. It was 14-6 at halftime.
But it was good because there was a lot of action both ways. There was a lot of stuff going on. And there was a little, little
chippiness.
Rough, at the beginning, but they cleaned that up, and I think we can credit the officials for that too.
Final score: the Broncos of Frederick Douglass 27, the Lexington Bryan Station Defenders 6. We'll come back with a postgame show and also talk to our Bluegrass area McDonald's star of the game from Douglass High School, Tay Bean, the quarterback, who was sensational tonight with 3 touchdown passes and rushed for over 100 yards and a couple tackles too. 27-6 Douglass. We'll be back with the postgame here on the White Greer Maggard High School Football Game of the Week.
What's your starting 5? How about this one? Mild, hot, Cajun, barbecue, and teriyaki. It's the flavors of Mingy Beef Jerky, each one handmade from Ronnie Mingy's all-natural recipe using top-quality beef. That's what makes Mingy Beef Jerky stand out. Take it from me, Tom Leach. Pick up a package today, and if you don't see it, ask for it. And check them out online at mingybeefjerky.com. That's M-I-N-G-U-A beefjerky.com. And go there today to see their newest product, Mingy Beef Jerky Meat Sticks in mild, hot, or honey barbecue.
At White, Greer, and Maggard Orthodontics, we believe that greatness is in the details. Each decision we make is for the benefit of our patients and our community. This means using industry-leading technology to help you achieve your goals and uncover your perfect smile. Our precision and efficiency results in an experience that is both pleasurable and affordable. White, Greer, and Maggard Orthodontics, applying precision and elegance to your smile.
Folks, this is Gary Ball, and you hear my catchphrase, soup and a sandwich. When I want the best potato soup and prime rib sandwich, I head over to Rafferty's Restaurants after my games. Check out Rafferty's 9 great locations throughout Kentucky, and all you teens, you can eat at Rafferty's before those big ball games. The open prime rib sandwich is what legends are made of. Ask Joe B. Hall, the legend himself, it's his favorite. Rafferty's a big supporter of high school sports throughout Kentucky. Rafferty's, where the special is you.
I wanted to get back on the basketball court.
I want to get back to the ref I used to be.
I want to get back to gardening.
I want to get back to playing with my band.
Only one team is qualified to get patients back to living their lives. Bluegrass Orthopedics has physician experts to assist in your recovery, whether it's an injury or chronic condition. Bluegrass Orthopedics provides convenient, specialized, and comprehensive care for your unique life.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Whitaker Bank supports 956 Kentucky charities and community events.
Employees of Whitaker Bank volunteered 14,860 hours to better our Kentucky communities.
93 nonprofits that promote diversity and inclusion in Kentucky are supported by Whitaker Bank.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
At Lexington Diagnostic Center, we love athletes.
We understand that when you are injured, the results of an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray can be the only thing keeping you off the field.
And that's what we're here for.
Same or next day appointments, front door parking, and our on-site radiologists make it easy for you to quickly get the results you and your doctor need. Call and compare prices.
We can save you hundreds of dollars.
We would love to help get you back in the game.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter, locally owned and operated since 1972.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Whitaker Bank supports 496 Kentucky schools.
Over 282,000 students benefit from Whitaker Bank's Kentucky education initiatives.
Whitaker Bank has contributed almost $441,000 to education programs for the advancement of Kentucky's youth.
We share your passion, Kentucky.
Love the bank that loves you back.
Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
Hi, this is Gary Ball for Crown Trophy of Lexington. Crown Trophy offers youth sports awards, corporate awards. They offer signs and a full line of promotional products. They're located at 2680 Wilhite Drive on the corner of Nicholasville, New Circle Road, just behind Starbucks. Stop by and pick up your copy of our 85-page catalog. Crown Trophy is nationally known, but locally owned with 150 stores nationwide. Crown Trophy, the official provider of plaques for the Scholastic Ball Report and PrepSpin.
I used my credit cards over the holidays, and I thought I could make it work. But between the bills and everything else, I'm really starting to fall behind.
A lot of people out there are drowning in debt.
We're Atkinson, Sims, and Kermode. You can have a brighter future away from debt.
We've come up with a way to get you started for less.
Say no to debt. Get your bankruptcy started for as little as $78 today. In Lexington and now in London.
What's your starting 5? How about this one? Mild, hot, Cajun, barbecue, and teriyaki. It's the flavors of Mingy beef jerky, each one handmade from Ronnie Mingy's all-natural recipe using top-quality beef. That's what makes Mingy beef jerky stand out. Take it from me, Tom Leach. Pick up a package today, and if you don't see it, ask for it. And check them out online at mingybeefjerky.com. That's M-I-N-G-U-A beefjerky.com. And go there today to see their newest product, Mingy beef jerky meat sticks in mild, hot, or honey barbecue.
Welcome back. We're looking at the final stats here from WL Stats. 27-6 is the victory for Douglas High School. Frederick Douglass, the new high school, goes to 5-1. Looking at the team stats, 29 first downs for Douglas tonight, Coach. That's pretty impressive. 29 first down to 11 for Station. 267 yards rushing for Douglas. Total offense, 455 yards of offense. They had the football.
He's coming up. 33
minutes in the game and 45 seconds to 29 for Station. On third down, they were 6 of 10, so they moved to chains, Coach, on third down. Harkless was 23 carries, 138 yards and a touchdown. Gay, 12 carries, 72 yards. Bean, our McDonald's, Bluegrass area McDonald's star of the game, rushed for 50 yards, but he passed 14 of 24, 188 yards, and 3 touchdown passes in the game tonight for Bean, our McDonald's Bluegrass area star of the game. He's going to make his way up here to the press box and
he's coming.
Join us here in a couple of minutes.
Hey, not only that, though, he showed great leadership on the field. Now, that's one thing, that's one of those intangibles, Gary, that you look for in a quarterback, and I saw a lot of that in him. Very, very great leadership qualities and quickness, and just a really nice job. And I'm glad he's coming up here so we can talk to him about some of the things that he does. We'll get him on my headset.
Hey, Benton tonight, 5 carries. They must have credited him with that fumble recovery he scooped up as a rush, because they got Benton with 104 yards rushing.
They must have.
So he did have the 90-yard touchdown, the fumble recovery. Smith, 5 carries. Burbage was 7 of 21, 87 yards and 2 picks. Whereas Lowe was a leading receiver. Mike had 5 carries, 77 yards. And here comes Tay Bean in the house. And Tay, come on over here and put the headset on and grab that. And Coach, grab that plaque there for us. And Matavian Bean, there you go, Matavian. Tay, put that helmet on there, and let's get the plaque. And Coach, there you go, thank you. Here is the beautiful plaque, as you see right there, from McDonald's, player of the game. And Tay, 3 touchdown passes tonight. Hey, not only that, you played some defense tonight. So did you say, hey, Coach, put me in, let me make some stops?
That wasn't even me that made the tackle.
A different guy, huh? They just called the wrong guy. Let's go back to your game, though. 3 touchdown passes. Did you feel like you were throwing the ball well tonight?
Yeah, I did. I was throwing it well all week in practice. I was just feeling it this whole week. And I knew this was a big game, so I was just more focused than any other game.
What's going on out here, Douglas? You guys are 5-1, haven't lost since Danville early in the year. What's the big turnaround been for you guys?
The coaching and the
just team camaraderie. It seems like you guys are all tight.
When we played Danville, like, we did a lift before the game, and then when we got off the bus, everybody was just all tired, and we didn't have enough energy going into the game. And then after that, we just stopped doing the lifting, and we just been coming out with fire.
You know, it was probably a good thing you played a big rival team like Bryan Station, because a lot of your teammates played at Bryan Station last year.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of you played at Henry Clay. I remember you coming in the Ryle game and almost pulling that victory out for them last year.
I wish I would have got that.
Yeah, and what about this team? What do you see down the road? You weren't looking ahead to Scott County next Friday at all, because you came out pretty strong.
I'm not even worried about Scott County for real. I'm worried about the opponent that we got coming up the week. So next week I'll be worried about them, but this week I was worried about Station.
Yeah, what's your 5-1, and you had to play tonight without your head coach. Mm-hmm. Was that difficult at all, having to play without Coach Landis?
Like, it was a different environment in practice, but Coach McPeak got us together, got us hyped for the game, and we just came out like Coach Landis was here and played.
The defense impressed me. The only scoring they had was the fumble recovery. Nobody seemed to know where the football was, but big number 41, he picked it up, and I think you guys thought you'd recover the fumble, didn't you?
Yeah, I thought we had the fumble, and then I seen him on the 50-yard line running to the end zone. I was like, whoa.
Nobody was around him, were they?
No.
Well, what do you think? What are you going to work on your game here in the next few weeks to make sure, especially when you get into the playoffs in November, that Tay Bean's playing his best football?
I'm just going to make sure I have the right read, get the ball out quick, and just do whatever Coach wants me to do.
Well, how about this? William and I picked up McDonald's restaurants, a Bluegrass area McDonald's. They're going to give out a star of the game, this beautiful plaque. William's got it. It's going to go to Tay Bean tonight. And if you take that over to Crown, they'll put your name and school on there for free. So it's right over there behind Starbucks. But great game, 3 touchdown passes tonight, Tay. And thanks for joining us up here. And you're the first PrepSpin Bluegrass area McDonald's star of the game. And there's the plaque to prove it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tay. Let's get Coach McPeak in here now as his quarterback, Tay, gets the first Bluegrass area McDonald's star of the game as Coach McPeak comes over to. Hey, Coach McPeak, thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Great job tonight. Your team was ready. And, Coach, you, of course, you get the Mingy beef jerky. You get the Mingy beef jerky.
My uncle, Gary, he coached Curtis Mackley, which is a big guy in this beef jerky company.
Exactly.
He's awful good to everybody around here. So.
Exactly. Well, you did. There's the beef jerky. That's Coach McPeak. And he is, of course, related to Gary, the athletic director here.
Yes, sir.
What was it like, getting ready for Bryan Station? Because so many of your young men played there last year.
Yeah, it was, I coached there last year.
Yeah, exactly.
I coached with Frank, and he does a great job. And, Jalen and Shamar and Kendrick and Chris. I hope Chris is okay. I know he got hit pretty good over there.
Yes,
so
sir.
I hope all those kids are great. And, Frank does the best job he can. And, he was dealt a tough hand when all of those kids, half of their high school's over here now.
Right.
With the new high school. So, but we're doing the best we can for the first year. I mean, we didn't know what kids were going to have till really July. We started doing some stuff with them in June, and we were at a middle school field over at Crawford till they got this finished.
Right.
So we've come a long way since then. Coach Landis done a great job, and he's hired a great staff that just is being really competitive with the kids and building a great culture.
Yeah, you mentioned that staff, and Coach Poe came out and did the show this week. He's on Sunday with the kids.
Yes, sir.
The defensive line coach, Dante Key, the linebackers, Derek Thomas, former head coach at Dunbar.
Yes, sir.
Will Mulder, who was a great player in arena football with the Horsemen and then won a championship, I think, was it Seattle maybe?
Yeah, he was out in Portland in coaching arena. Yeah,
Jordan Pruitt, safeties. Will Catron, especially, he's a great guy. Mike Mills, director of football ops. Of course, yourself, the offensive guru and offensive. By the way, Coach Meehan, who's a quarterback guy, at Dunbar and LCA was a quarterback coach, he praises on your offensive line tonight. He thought they were outstanding. I really like big number 75. I think his name's O'Buck.
Yeah. Yes,
he's
sir.
going to be a stud.
Yeah, he's just a sophomore.
Yeah.
He's going to be a really good one once he gets in the weight room and can get more fast twitch muscles, but he wears an 18 shoe and he just turned 16. So, he's going to be a good one, and he's already got a full beard. So I coach him like he's a senior, but
he's a sophomore.
He's a sophomore.
And then you got Jim Franklin. Everybody knows him, the quarterback coach. Trent Vincent, running backs, tight ends, inside receivers. Quentin Williams. I'll give them all some love. Vander Harris, the outside receivers coach. Ed Toll. Everybody knows Ed. He's still got all that hair.
That's right.
And then you got Coach Gary, the athletic director, and Jeremy Delaney, the assistant. But you guys have put together a tremendous staff here. Your team's 5-1. What did you tell me, Coach McPeak? What did you tell the team after that tough loss to Danville? Did you say, "Hey, let's have amnesia and go back to work and start this thing"?
I think our kids kind of were a little bright-lighted a little bit, being the first time. And Danville's been doing that to a lot of people this year.
Yeah, they're good.
They're
very good.
They got 22 guys back, and I know their staff and how good of coaches they are there. So. It's it's a situation where we played a really, really good opponent the first time out, and they whipped us pretty good.
Well, you can hang your hat on this. Creek, the last we heard, was beating them 24-14 in the fourth, and that's a Creek team that you took care of business with pretty easily.
Yeah, I talked to some Danville guys, and that's a good win for them if they did.
Yeah.
But Danville had a couple guys out tonight.
Okay, makes sense.
I talked to their coaches, and I'm good friends with their offensive coordinator. Used to be at Round County from Eastern Kentucky. So, he said they were going to hold a couple of their guys out. I don't know who, but still, that's a good win for Creek, and they're rolling too. I mean, we were fortunate to beat them here. We played really well.
Well, I mean, just go back to the Lafayette teams that Gary, helped coach over there the last few years, and they seem to have Scott County's number. So Scott County, they've lost 2 games, but to a powerhouse from Cincinnati LaSalle and Cincinnati Moeller. Okay, so Danville's coming back leading 27-24 late in that game, so maybe prematurely there. But like you said, a couple players out for Danville.
Yep.
So back to what I was going to say. You certainly know the recipe to knock off Scott County, but what would this week of practice be like? Tay wouldn't talk about it too much.
No, I mean it's we're going to enjoy this one for 24 hours. We've got a 24-hour on our program, and then we'll get back to work. And Coach McKee and his staff, they do an outstanding job. They've been doing it for a long time, and in order for us to compete with them, we got to have a really good week of practice. And, they're just so big and strong and been in the weight room year after year after year, and we really haven't had that opportunity quite yet, to build a weight program. Yeah. So, we're going to be behind the 8 ball a little bit physically, I think. But our kids will play hard and do what we ask them this week. And, what we got to do is just do what we did tonight, run the football successfully. And, they're going to be a lot better defense than what we played probably all year. For what they do. Danville was pretty solid on defense, but for what they do, and their guys, the thing that they do is they don't make mistakes. You have to beat them. They're not going to beat themselves, and that's a credit to Coach McKee and his staff.
And I've seen over the years that you got to have a pretty good passing game to knock off Scott County.
You do.
And I think Michael Lowe is in that caliber of a Scott County. He had 2. He could have had 3 touchdown catches tonight. Yeah. I think Hunt is a good receiver. And I like to, as I always say, if you've ever heard in my broadcast, the tight end's always open.
Yeah.
Cameron was wide open on that one down the middle.
We ran that play twice.
Yeah.
And 5 right here, he was wide open. And 5 for Station did a great job of knocking the ball down here. When we were on the 12, he was open.
Yeah.
Then we come back. They actually had it covered, and in the second window, Tay hit him, which is a credit to Tay and, and how much better he's gotten. But I just want to give credit to our staff this week. They did a great job in a lot of adverse situations. And, this is Coach Landis' football team. He's done a great job building this program. And, all of our coaches have done a great job. I mean, Coach Franklin's done a great job with Tay and all of our quarterbacks and just across the board, all of our guys. I'm just blessed to be part of a good staff. And these kids have really bought into what we're trying to do.
And I want to say here on PrepSpin, too, we enjoy covering these big high school football games on PrepSpin. High definition, 1080p.
Yes, sir.
But I want to say to your Uncle Gary, thanks for all the great hospitality out
Yes,
here,
sir.
all the setup here in the press box, setting William up with, that guys like us that, I've been in this business 30 years, a long time covering high schools. Guys like us, that means a lot because
Yes,
we know you guys want us here.
Yes, sir.
Not everybody wants us
Yes,
there, if you know what I mean.
Yes,
So
sir.
we appreciate that and had food up here for us and drinks. And
Yes, sir.
I mean, we feel like this is a first-class operation
Yeah,
here.
we're going to try to run it just like college, I'm sure. And
Yeah.
our administration's awesome. Mr. Diaz and Coach Harmon and everybody across the board, they want to see us be successful in academics and athletics.
Right.
And for an administration to be as supportive as they are, we really appreciate them because, he's got some of us in the building teaching and we're really good teachers, but it really helps when the kids can see your coaches in the building.
Right.
And, I've been places where that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And it's just a credit to our administration about what they want to see all programs be successful. And thank you guys for coming. You guys do a great job with this, and we really appreciate what you're doing.
Thank you, Coach McPeak. That's
Yes,
Nathan
sir.
Peak. He was the interim head coach tonight for Coach Landis. He gets the Mingy beef jerky tonight. So congratulations to him. And we'll come back and wrap things up thanks to Coach Nathan McPeak and the final 27-6. And they have turned the lights out here at Douglas High School. We'll come back and wrap things up very quickly after this timeout.
Take a little walk with me. I'll keep you in good company and be there for you to the end. You'll never be alone, my friend.
All S, all P, all O, R T, S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall and allsportslex.com, locally owned and operated since 1972.
By the numbers.
Things up here from Douglas High School, where tonight the Broncos win 27-6 over Bryan Station. And great job by Coach Mike Mee and William Warfield. Thanks to, there you go, William, King of Stream. Thanks to our star of the game, Tavion Bean. He did a great job, 3 touchdown passes. And thanks to Coach Nathan McPeak, the interim head coach tonight, sitting in as the coach for Coach Bryan Landis. Again, for William Warfield, Darren Douglas, and for Coach Mike Mee, and this is Gary Ball, your final score from Frederick Douglass High School. The Broncos 27, the Lexington Bryan Station Defenders 6. Until next Friday night with another big and huge high school football game on the White Greer Maggard High School Football Game of the Week.
Yeah. Play ball back on. Alrighty. Don't worry about me. You got to worry about Gary.